The music just loves me, I'm telling you. Welcome, everybody, to the premiere #1 episode of The Pit. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I'm stupid excited to have you all here. I'm stupid excited for this to finally be live. I know some of you saw us on the pre-show of CromCon this past Friday, but this is our thing now. It's live and it's in color. And the first thing I want to do is tell you guys, I hope you all are okay. I hope you're all watching this and having fun, or when you watch the replay or whatever, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're feeling good, and I hope we entertain you for a couple hours and you have some fun. The next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is I wanted to thank my buddy Rockabite for that song Light Angel that you heard there in the intro. You can Google him and check him out. Don't really have a link for him yet, just technical difficulties with that, but that's okay. That's coming for the next couple of shows. We're young, we're a growing show, we're brand new. It's going to be wonderful. Lots of stuff to talk about. We have a really fun, diverse crew with this today, but as always, we're going to start with the homies. There he is. The son of the saint is here, ladies and gentlemen. I know our buddy Actor's having some problems. He's having some problems.
Yes, huh? He's having some technical difficulties on his end.
He's having some internet difficulties right now, but that's okay. That's quite all right. It happens.
That'll soon change for him, though. That'll soon change.
He's got that on the. Jay is slowly upgrading his entire thing, and
so pretty soon he's gonna cyborg himself. Like he's just gonna go from that and just become one with his work, with his tools.
Jay's been super busy upgrading his stuff, and we're gonna give him a little push while he's not here, just because I feel bad because he's trying to have some. He's trying, but the technology isn't. Oh, where did that go? I lost my whole screen. He's trying, but
working on it. He's working on it.
The technology's kicking his butt right now, but that's okay. First things first, we'll do that. But what we will do in the meantime, we're going to help him out right now because he does have something really cool that I wanted to talk about real quick, and then we're going to jump into what you're doing, Angel. Okay, I promise. But I did while he's.
I'm here for the long haul.
While we're waiting for Jay, he's got this. Actually, this is a better way to show it.
Oh,
I know, we're going to talk about this. Yep, we're going to talk about this today with everybody. The three of us actually talked about this, that we weren't going to. We saw some people doing some things, and we wanted to talk about it, but we will in depth with everybody today. The loss of Chadwick Boseman. It hit a lot of people different. It hit a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. It's sad that we lost somebody so amazing and so powerful,
so young,
I mean, 3 years younger than me. So it feels weird and everything like that. I know I drew a piece just for myself, just because it was like a cathartic thing. Jay ended up making this amazing piece, and what he decided to do was he's going to put this piece out, and then anybody who buys it over the next 2 weeks, he's going to donate 100% of the proceeds to St. Jude, which is what Boss Logic is doing, and I think that is an amazing.
Which is awesome. I think that is a genius way to try to help somehow instead of. Right. And we'll get into depth about it later, but instead of, some people tend to use this as a money kind of cash in.
Yeah.
Instead of doing, yeah.
We saw it with Kobe.
Instead of doing that, why not follow suit and just give to a proper cause that helps, in the research and development, so that we don't lose such young talent like this.
It's young people, just human beings in general. I think it's easily for all of us to say fuck cancer, and yes, we can say that right now, folks, since we are not on YouTube as of just yet or anything. This is just us, so it might be a little keep the kids away tonight.
We're staying on here. We're not on YouTube today.
We're not on YouTube today. I'm working on that because and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit towards the end. Some saving and some stuff and social media presence. We're going to talk about that with everybody, but we're going to stick with this for a second. I really respect Jay for what he did with this. It's a brilliant idea. I hope it does incredibly well. I hope he sells 1 million prints, and I hope and I can't wait. And the best thing about it, I'm telling you guys straight up, you guys may not know Atramessor and everything. Angel and I here do. If he says 100% of the proceeds are going to St. Jude's,
that's 100%.
100%. So this is an amazing opportunity. This is a great way for everybody.
I also know Atra. Like he's extremely transparent in that when he gets like the final count of whatever it is, he'll show everybody.
Yeah, he'll show it,
and then show the donation, because he just wants everybody to see what he, that it's not bullshit or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But take it from us, he's on the up and up. He's not gonna, you know what I mean? He's an honest guy.
You're all straight. He's not gonna. It's not gonna be funny. It's not gonna be funny. I promise. I'm just trying to get this to work. It's being stupid. Now we're gonna take this out for a second, and we're gonna talk about what you're doing, because I know you got some stuff going on. You've been super busy.
Yeah, super busy, bro.
You've been super busy. New job.
Yep.
New job, but yeah, and then new artwork. We're gonna talk about the new artwork real quick. Here he comes.
There he is.
Slowly coming in. Slowly getting there, slowly being a part of it. Thank goodness. Slowly. Now, real quick, while he's coming in, I want to say hi to the Irish Punk. What's up, brother? And that's got to be Danny from the collective on the other one. I don't know anybody's Twitch handles. We're on Twitch TV /Peat11717. Jay, we were just talking about you and your Chadwick Boseman. We're going to jump over and talk about the new piece that Angel just put out, and I'm going to share that again because we have to talk about this. It's something important that I wanted to talk about, and it's something near and dear to a couple of us in here. And here she is, La Borinqueña, Angel, Jay, and I, and Rizuki, who's going to be here today. We are all Puerto Rican, and this is a piece that Angel has been with for a while. Really quick, because I want to get to everybody tonight. Give me a breakdown of who La Borinqueña is and why this piece,
So La Borinqueña is pretty much, for all intents and purposes, a Puerto Rican superhero that is just straight up representing Borinquen 100%. And for the non-speaking folk, Borinquen is Puerto Rico, just in its native tongue. So I love this property by Ricardo Miranda, because he has done so much for the people, especially after Hurricane Maria, all the efforts over there. He took a lot of this book's profits and just dumped it into resources for that, which is why I got huge respect for the man. And funny enough, I put on my storyline, like, because I like kind of revisiting old pieces. So I'm like, hey guys, what do you guys want me to redo? And I had an overwhelming amount of people asking me to do this, and the Green Ranger one, and the Green Ranger people wanted to see redone, but this one had way more people. It probably beat it out by like 2 people or something like that. But funny enough, I'm working on this, and then I see him put up a tweet or something asking people to drop names of like Puerto Rican artists. And I was like, oh, look at that. So it just worked out that way. And I was already working on this piece, and I spoke to him on Gardo Miranda on DM, and he digs it. But the minute I said to him, hey, so what's up, bro? Can we talk? You're back. But I get it, bro. Like, this is his baby, and I would hold this close to heart as well, bro. So but it was a lot of fun to do. I've developed more as an artist, so I was able to kind of test out some new techniques and stuff on that.
We lost Jay again, but that's okay. He'll pop in when he can. We also want to say hi to Phil Russer. He's out there. Phil, how you doing? Sebastian and the Shadow Rabbit. Shadow Rabbit will be a guest with us next week. But
my man,
it's about that time. And we're here for a reason. We're not here to talk about ourselves because we just too ugly. So we're going to bring some folks on. The first one we're going to bring in, and this might be a shock to anyone who hasn't seen her in a little bit, but Rizuki Cosplay is my sister, and she's not wearing a wig. I'm just throwing that out there right now. That's not a wig.
It is not a wig.
That's not a wig. Now, for everybody who's backstage and listening, I'm going to talk to everybody for a second first and then bring them on. So you guys who are back there, hang out. I got you. I know some folks are still backstage. This is going to sound weird because I just talked to you 3 minutes ago about how you doing.
Sleepy.
Okay, she's sleepy. A potato.
I was playing video games all day, so I'm just sleepy.
Right. Now, we want to talk to everybody who knows who Rizuki is and people who don't. She is, I call her Lil Yaya. She is she's quickly conquered Long Island and quickly conquering the Northeast a little bit. And we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, the shows that we're missing right now and stuff like that. But you've been busy. You've been putting stuff, you had to even take a little break. Are you okay?
I'm good. Normally I want to say anywhere from like, I don't know. I work on like around like 10 shows a year, something like behind the scenes. And there's usually only one show a year that I attend as an actual just a attendee. This year, most of those shows got canceled, unfortunately, but a lot of them this summer were digital. So I was able to help behind the scenes with Long Island Tropicon, Long Island Retro Gaming Expo, and I'm happy both of those went very well. So that's good. And yeah, so things are quiet right now.
I do want to talk about that for a second because Long Island Tropic Expo was fucking amazing. Their online presence was phenomenal. They did a really good job.
Oh yeah, man, I missed that. I didn't get to see that.
They did a real. Their panels were amazing. Live drawing, the cosplay contest was dope. I'm going to also shout out. I also checked out 2 weeks ago. Indian, they actually had a fantastic the live streaming for drawing and both shows showed their hands with really diverse panels, which is really, really awesome. And that's not the right one. And quick sneak peek. But yeah, I was really happy. Now, what was your take from Tropicon? What was your Riz?
I thought it was really well done. I thought with everything that the showrunner Patrick had to do last minute, had to do last minute to make everything from the second annual physical event to a digital event. I think he handled it very professionally. I think he handled it very well. I think he was able to get his teams together behind the scenes to make sure everyone kind of was working on what they knew, whether it was panels or cosplay or whatever it was. And then he was able to make sure everything came together and flowed in a cohesive manner. I think he did a phenomenal job. And kudos to him. I'm looking forward to whatever happens next year. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. He's really good.
I concur 1,500%. I think he's phenomenal. I don't know how far to scroll back for pictures from.
Oh yeah, I have no.
We're gonna talk about. We're gonna use this one because I think it's the perfect example for right now. First off, this is what we've been doing. I get the photo credits on this one. This is outside in our neighborhood, pre-hurricane. So she has been cosplaying, folks. But we're going to talk in depth about this because you talked about shows and everything like that. This was Katsuka, right?
Katsuka, yeah.
Right, yeah. So we're going to talk about whether we think that's going to happen, that's not going to happen, because we did get MagFest news. But I want to bring in a couple other folks who are also Katsukan alumni, Katsukan fans, and they're going to help us talk about it a lot too. And they are a team. Luckily, we get to Jay. You made it. We were worried about you, buddy. You're muted. Now you're muted. There. No, we heard you now. I unmuted you. Okay. But luckily we got you back. See, Jay he bought Skynet. He built Skynet now for all his digital stuff. And it started with the swivel. It just swiveled. Now he's got graphics behind him.
I'm in my living room. That's my TV.
Bruh, his living room. You mean your control center? Jesus Christ.
This is what happens when you get new internet service and the other one cuts off before the new one gets installed.
Oh, no.
I've been trying to, and we're going to talk, Riz, you're going to help me get Jay to be my assistant, my light guy at Katsukan when it does happen again. Because I need a guy to hold the lights, and Jay's an expert light holder. So, but speaking of Katsukan, I'm going to bring some friends on. I think we all know them. Hello, guys. It's Scarlett Cosplay and Cam Cosplay. How you guys doing?
Tired from work, but pretty good.
Yes, well, I'm pretty happy that you both have work. Because my job went away. But I'm going to say this. Oh, that's okay.
Sorry,
I'm over it.
That essential worker life.
Well, that's what. Thank you for saying that, because that's a perfect segue. I'm going to Cam. I'm not going to get into it too much, and if you want to, that's cool. I want to say a special from everybody here and everybody listening. A special thanks to you, because you are an essential worker. I know you did work in the medical field. And
I did, yes.
With all this fucking insanity that we've been going on, I know exactly what you had to go through just in your position and stuff like that. And bro, thank you very much for everything you did. Okay, I know you.
It's a serious honor. I got messages saying like, "Oh, thank you for your service. Thank you for this. You're a hero." And I'm just like, don't call me that. It feels weird. It feels fraudulent, and like from someone that dresses as a hero, it's like if I could do more, I could. So.
Bruh, you deserve every little bit of kudos, so don't worry about a thing with that, okay? You deserve every little bit of it. You did a great job, and you helped a lot of people, so thank you for that. And Scarlett, you look fantastic as always. I mean, it's tough because he's sexy, so it's tough to sit next to him.
I know, right? He's just so cute. Look at this
really
boy.
is.
I'm blushing.
I'm going to keep saying it. I know your cat's going to show up eventually and take this.
Whatever. Yeah,
actually, our cat just left the room.
We just had to let her out. She's going to be like meowing at the door in about 5 minutes for Charlie to go let her in. It's going to be.
Actually, she opens the door by herself now.
Sometimes.
She perches and then just with chunky weight, just opens the door by herself.
I mean, this cat has just hopped in on multiple shoots of mine, so
because cats are weird. I have seen the pictures of them. I think that's pretty awesome. We have a dog and cat, so it's weird.
Photogenic.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fair. Now,
soon enough, my cat's gonna have to have her own blog of just high quality pictures of her.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely.
They have an OnlyFans for the cat.
Whatever gets income, bro. Whatever gets the income. Now, you both have been I know Cam's been busy, with his job and stuff, and you're both working. But you guys have been still getting the cosplay in.
Mm-hmm.
I know, Scarlett, you just had a shoot with our good friend Eddie. We talked about it last week, which was amazing, and it was in one of your cosplays. And we talked about this. It's your favorite cosplay, the Crow.
It is actually my favorite cosplay, and it's not just as a cosplay, what to wear. It's just I really love the comic book. I love the movie. I got to meet James O'Barr while dressed as the Crow, so that just adds to all of it.
That's amazing.
It's just a very meaningful. To me, it's just a very meaningful piece of art, and to just kind of honor that in a way through cosplaying the Crow, and it's cool. It's cool to really quite sum it up, but it's a lot. It's a lot of emotions, especially when I wear that. And when I did the rain shoot with Eddie and that, it was just
you know what? I don't even know why I haven't. We should probably just do this so everybody can see what it is.
I still have to post all of those. There's a lot of really good ones, and I'm just
I keep reminding her. She keeps forgetting.
I'm just slow at posting.
This is the one that we have, but this is epic.
I know. I love that one. So.
Absolutely. And then it's Eddie posted behind, because we had, we had Eddie last week. He posted some behind the scenes shots, and you're socially distanced. You're far away. You got the screen behind you, and he's got the garden hose on.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it.
The cool thing about that photo was that even though it looks like it's supposed to be shot at night, it was actually shot at the golden hour.
Right.
And I don't know how he does it, but
it's something with the lights.
Well, when he takes a photo, it looks dark, but I just thought it was amazing. There she is.
And that's the cat coming.
I told you she opens the door by herself, but it was great to see how he works. I've also had the pleasure of working with Eddie.
Yep.
But seeing
we're gonna
him
show everybody in a second.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, show him off.
No, please. We're talking about
Eddie is very well. We're going to show you off a little bit here. Eddie is incredibly technically sound.
Yes.
Now, there's Cam right there in his Nightwing, which you built that armor, correct? This is
I did, yes. I remember, also got my Starfire armor for that.
I was about to say that because I bumped into you guys and we talked about that. The other cosplayers are. So we give them proper credit.
Yes. Beast Boy is Ryu Lavitz. She is, she's she's Boston based, and she is one of the genuinely sweetest people I've met on the road cosplaying. And the other cosplayer,
Link to Pasta.
Yep, it's this is Link to the Pasta. Yeah, the Nightwing is linked to the Pasta.
Yes. Yep, that's it. Yep, that's what it says. I'm reading it now.
Yeah, I have everyone tagged.
You did a good job, and that's a big thing too, tagging people and tagging. I actually, when I made the ad for this show, I messaged Eddie first to make sure I could use because they were his. For you, Rizuki, and Cam, I used all Eddie's images.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, for good reason. His stuff is just awesome.
Yeah, no, he's ridiculous crazy. And then this is something you did recently?
Yeah, so we did. There was a like a socially distanced Spider-Man shoot in the city, like Spider-Verse shoot, and it was either Emo Parker or I had my eye on that suit for a while, and I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do Gwenum. Let's let Charlie take back the reins as Emo Parker for once.
Yeah.
So Gwenum it was.
So you guys talked about Emo Parker, and we're just gonna show that off.
Yes.
Oh
yes. Quite honestly, the sexiest cosplay I've ever done.
Fair. And again, Katsukani, and we're going to talk about Katsukani a little bit later.
Yeah. Take me back.
It was my first, and I can't wait for the next one. So,
right, it leaves a lasting impression, doesn't it?
It was a lot of fun. It was really, and it was my first show, not behind a table in probably 6 years.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, so it's that guy keeps me busy, and then we'll do one more fun one from Katsu, and then we'll start. That's a good look at the armor that Charlie built.
Yeah.
And the Starfire.
Yeah. Ask me how long that took.
I was just about to ask you how long that took you.
All right. So, okay. You see, I have this awful habit where I do all my best work either the week of or the day before. So
that's awesome.
We got started in September, and basically I cut out all the pieces for the armor. I'm gonna have tell the story about the Starfire armor in a second, but for my Nightwing armor, I had all the pieces cut and glued together, and the only thing is I had to heat treat it, paint it, and then glue it onto spandex, all in the span of 48 hours.
Oh man!
Wow!
And it was the final day, the final 24 hours. I came back from work. I took the day. I came back from work on a Wednesday because I didn't go to NYCC on Thursday. And so I told everyone, okay, from this point on, everyone works, nobody quits. If I find you slacking, get out of the living room. So it's so basically I heat treated everything, sealed the foam with Plasti Dip, and then I painted everything. And my mindset going into this Nightwing armor was I wanted it to look different than what Nightwing's traditional color scheme, which is black and blue or black and red, depending on what era you want to follow. So actually, this is different because there's not an ounce of black on this suit at all. This is a lot
of gray tones.
Yeah, not just that, but it's also the black has been replaced by midnight blue. And then the chest emblem, it's your traditional true blue with silver accents and gray. So because what I learned as a graphic designer when I went to college was colors complement each other, and if you have to resort to black always looks good. It can be kind of a cop out, And I also wanted a Nightwing piece to feel like it was mine. I wanted it to feel like that I could be seen from all the rest. Because one of my favorite cosplayers, I'm gonna give him a shout out. His name is Andrew. He does this great Green Arrow cosplay. Mr. Suspicious, if find him, search him. He made his own Green Lantern armor.
I thought it was Green Arrow.
Green Arrow. Excuse me. Too many greens. He made his own Green Arrow armor, and he made a version of the armor that was 100% his own. And till this day, I don't think it's a look that's copied. I wanted my Nightwing to be a look that's not easily copied. So,
but it really is unique to you. Like I haven't seen the emblem like that. I haven't seen a color scheme like that. I haven't. You definitely did a really nice job making it yours. Like it's yours.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's really cool. And then we flip over because you also, and that's a darker picture. So let's see if we can bingo. You made Scarlett's armor.
Yes. Yes.
And similar process night before, even the cat is cutting EVA foam and everything.
Oh yeah, yes, exactly that. Actually, this one actually took a lot less a lot less time to do because one, because I was just incredibly tired and I had to get this done. You see, originally the plan was that she was just gonna wear just the spandex, and I'm like, you know what? I want to try something, and so another shameless plug for my homie, RJ's Cosplays. I borrowed his female mannequin.
Bro, promote, share, talk about everybody you want. That's what this is all about, bro. Don't get them all out there.
Oh, of course, yeah. I have up all my friends. So I borrowed his mannequin. I kidnapped her for like 2-3 days, and
you had her for like a month.
All right, I did.
Had her for a month. Used her for about 2 to 3 days.
All right, would you say used? Like,
it was there for motivation.
Oh, it was
no,
motivation.
but the thing is,
it was motivation.
Yeah, it was motivation. But you know what? That is true. I could have used you as like, because when for the first time, I made a template that was 100% of my own design. And I used that template of, so what I did was covered it in, saran wrap, then used duct tape, not duct tape.
You used duct tape.
Yeah, it was duct tape, yeah. So duct tape, and then
everything,
eventually, you trace a pattern onto it, and, you make the lines of where, it's supposed to cut. Yes, that's a great photo. Shout out to Douglas Sean Photography for doing
looking for this is the one I was looking for because it really I think it shows off both of your energy, both the costumes and the builds, and the photographer's skills.
Yes.
The
Irish punk is that you're only as good as your photographer. So
there it is, the Epic Con Crunch. I think we've all felt it in different ways.
Oh yeah, I felt it. Yes. Oh my God, it's like that first night of New York Comic Con. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was the Walking Dead. But
I know. Trust me, I know that pain, bro. I know that pain.
I didn't want to talk to no one. I was, I just wanted it to be over. Me and my friends went to see the Joker movie. Fell asleep through that movie. Not because it was bad. It was great. You
were a dead body.
You were exhausted.
I did not miss the good parts. So yeah. But
I just remember that night right before NYCC. Like I was helping you work on armor because keep in mind before NYCC, he wasn't just working on finishing his armor. He was helping me make the first version of my not my first Starfire, but like the second Starfire cosplay I did.
2.0.
Warrior Princess-ish Starfire.
You have to go down. I
will. I just want to stop at this one because
Oh yeah,
that's amazing.
Eddie just
Eddie exactly.
Killing it. I don't know. I think I have a couple of the like phase 2 Starfires, Charlie calls it, but he made like that whole thing plus his Nightwing armor. And I was just, up sipping on iced coffee the whole night to just make sure I was able to stay awake to help him make everything.
Shout out to JMW.
And I ended up staying up all night just for my roommate to wake up and for me to and I ended up helping him out a little bit with his costume. You guys might know him, Walter, Kid Kryptonite. That was his Snyder cut costume that he did, and I helped lay down the prosthetic. The rest of the work on that really goes to
James Monarch.
Yeah, James Monarch. That's his.
You might have seen him as Jared Leto Joker. There it is.
There it is. Oh yeah, me with a bunch of dicks. I could say that, right?
Yeah, we're not on YouTube. We're not on anybody's, but we are just on us. We are free. And
that armor pattern was done from not format. It was a template from Kamui Cosplay. I watched all. Yeah, I watch all the YouTube videos, and I credit her. I credit Sean Zhang, bunch of other like YouTube cosplayers, and some people I know, locally, and my friend, unfortunately, that passed, Dave Mao, Fallen Merc. I would often seek advice. Whenever, I would always ask questions whenever I would, come into contact. And, I was like, how did this work? Everyone was very helpful. And, I tried to soak up as much knowledge as I could from these guys.
That seems like it's part of the art form. And I absolutely appreciate that as an art form. That's why I want to get as many cosplayers involved because we're all artists. And speaking one, this is one I met. Those of you that went to the Indie Art Show this past year, you got to meet this guy. This is John, the Cauldron of Burgers.
Oh wow!
Hey.
How's it going?
I'm sorry, bro. I wanted to find the perfect segue, and then once we started talking about the art form, that was it.
That's awesome.
I was looking for artists for the Indie Art Show, the show that Fat Guy Inc. puts out at the Nutty Irishman, tentatively February 6th, 2021, tentatively. But we'll talk about all that in a minute. But I going through, John messaged me, say, hey, I'm into your show, blah, blah, blah. I checked out his stuff, which is what we're going to do right now. And I was like, wow, this guy is dope. And he was mad chill, so we wanted to get him in. So how you doing, man?
Doing all right. I'm pretty tired. My eyes look like scrotums, but
I've never heard that before. Holy shit!
Oh man, I like this guy already.
Oh, that's right. You were in Puerto Rico for the last show, Angel. You didn't get to meet him.
No, I didn't get to meet him. The first time I'm meeting him now.
I'm putting some of his stuff up on the screen.
Dope.
So you guys can check out.
Wow.
Oh, it's so cool.
yeah. That's actually it's 6.5 by 6.5 foot by 5.5 foot.
I love working that
pieces of like vellum like glued together because I bought the wrong paper and I just had so much of it that I'm like I got to do something with this. And yeah, it definitely for a while it was just kind of folded in the corner, and then I moved a bunch of stuff into my mom and my stepdad's house, and they were like, you gotta like frame this. I was like, all right, I'll try. And then so yeah, it took up like the entire wall. So
now I'm gonna ask you because we really never talked about this, and I really wanted to. We're gonna talk about art, and then we're gonna talk about this geek culture art stuff. But what got you going, wanting to do art, and what's your background with it? Because you're multimedia like me.
Yeah. Since I can remember, as a kid, like ever since I could pick up a pencil, I was like doodling on and kind of just fucking around and not really doing what I should be in school. I was always drawing like Dragon Ball Z characters on my folders and like Samurai Jack and like Beavis and Butthead and like all sorts of I was like really big on cartoons. And also, I guess my dad would take us to like, because this is at a time when comics were still sold at like 7-Eleven and shit, so we were getting stuff like Spawn, we were getting stuff like X-Men, so I was kind of just like a sponge for pretty much all like the TV generation kind of stuff. A lot of anime too. I was
You're in the right room.
With a lot of stuff like Ninja Scroll and like Akira and like Blood the Last Vampire. Stuff that like a 7-year-old shouldn't really be watching, but I somehow got my hands on it.
It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, why not? I turned out
now. Yeah, exactly. Where they're on the other, like, because I have a similar thing, but then I start throwing in aspects of like Basquiat and Pollock and stuff like that. Was there any guys like that turned you on, or?
Yeah, well, that once I went back to art school and I started studying fine art, that's like a lot of the guys like Jackson Pollock, Basquiat, Juan Miro, who
definitely see the Basquiat reference,
Lichtenstein, like all sorts of shit like that,
This is the one, just so everyone gets some scale on what we were talking about before.
Yeah, wow, look at that.
I'm 6'4", by the way.
Yeah, so
I'm like 5'6", so.
I'm sure that was a pain in the ass to get every little detail into that big ass canvas.
Yeah, that's why I work big, because it's so much easier than doing it on a small scale. So it's at least like I have my whole face in it, and I have a big stupid brush I can just throw shit at,
Bro, you could lay that fucker on the floor and just go to work. You really can. I know I've done it. I'm looking at the paint marks on my floor now to prove it. This is a
I hang that on my wall if I was allowed to hang stuff on my walls.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, it's
not my rules, landlords.
That's
you can lean it on your wall.
Yeah.
Hey,
that is so dope.
Hold on.
Hey, Pete, can you go back to that last one for 2 seconds?
I can, and I will.
I'm really looking at this line work, bro. It's phenomenal.
A funny story, because I self-publish comics and stuff too, and a lot of my zines, like my comic zines, are sort of in the vein of this like kind of stuff. And one night, it was actually, I think it was the night before the art show that I was at Staples, and this dude was like, yo, I'm not supposed to, at the copy center, he's like, yo, I'm not supposed to say this, like talk to the customers, but this looks like some shit I saw on DMT. I was like,
you made him relive his experience.
that's all I could ask for, you know.
I see you're also like doing some music stuff there. Are you also in a band?
Yeah, I play in a hardcore band. We're from Long Island, like local.
We're all from Long Island, except for Jay and Angel, because Jay's from Brooklyn. So
what's the name of the band? I'll give you a like.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, we actually share an Instagram with another band. We're called Rule Them All, like one ring to rule them all. I guess I could talk about that here because you know, this is sort of a nerdy thing. But
it's hard, bro. Get into I'll give it to all. Talk about whatever the fuck you want, bro.
Hell yeah, I love that shit. So yeah, it's the band's called Rule Them All, but we share an Instagram. It's fight period them period all, because we share a band with share an Instagram with a band called The Fight. So that was actually at the art show, the indie art show.
This looks really familiar right now. I can see Jay's backdrop in the distance.
Yeah.
There was a kid. My first experience, because that was like my first, I guess. First like art, like not art show, but like.
I'm lazy. I can't hold myself up.
No, this was the first place that I was really doing like more like comic stuff, more nerdy stuff with a table. And the first kid that came up to me, I think his name is Ramon. The first thing he told me is that it's okay to eat bugs. I was like, all right.
Wait. It's okay to eat bugs?
Yeah, he was like, yeah. It's, by the way, it's like fine to eat bugs.
Well, in some countries, it's used as a source of protein. I'm
just saying, we're talking with seasoning or without seasoning. How we're talking here?
He didn't get that far in.
I thought they were eating fried.
Oh yeah, some like in Thailand, they like fry scorpions and shit.
If you,
I'd try it. If I wasn't vegetarian, I would.
In New York City, if you've eaten in a school lunch, you've eaten bugs. Don't even try to get it.
I would say not just in New York City though. If you're eating school lunches.
public school, private school. You ate bugs. I'm saying you ate bugs. That's just the way it is. All right, so now we got everybody. We're all. Yeah, no, it's some. Everybody's had. Roaches get in the oven too. So, great. Damn it.
Only adds to the flavor, don't it?
No, they only add a little bit of sazon for the chuleta. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm just checking everybody to make a scene because some folks aren't on stream. Basically, we're on 2 different Facebooks and Twitch right now. So I'm making sure we're getting everybody covered in the comments and stuff in case anybody wants to ask anything. I got everybody.
Yeah, I got both opened up. So
if you ever want to pop in, Angel, and mention anybody that we missed, please feel free. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? Good.
Pretty good. The cat has hopped on the bed, but we're not sure if she's going to make a cameo appearance or not.
I'm kind of hungry. I'm going to cook some food after this.
I have chips, so I'm good.
I have cookies and a bottle of water, so I should be okay unless I need to pee.
Just don't mind me nibbling.
That's okay. I have my stream bucket, so I'll be fine. Anyway, so I think we talked about it before with Jay, and I've talked about it with Angel. We talked about it with all of you, really, but we've been talking about Capsicon, and I know the news of today or this week was at MagFest, which is also at the Gaylord a couple weeks prior to Capsicon. Usually has officially canceled due to COVID and things like that, which, in my opinion, good move.
Yeah.
For a show like that, because they're getting so many people from out of town, I think a lot of people don't realize. And I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to get you guys' opinion. When you got a show like New York Comic Con, MagFest, Anime NYCs, where you're getting San Diego, where you're getting people from all over the world, really, you got to make a decision pretty soon with what's going on now, because you have insurance and travel and all these things that you need. The idea is to get in contact, a promoter, to get in contact with their officials, the state or whoever it is, and be like, yo, what's going on? And MagFest did that, and they decided the best for them to cancel, which I applaud them for thinking about everybody's safety. And that gets everybody who reserved hotels and tickets and stuff off the hook, and they can get their money back and things like that. I know Jay and I have been talking about that all pandemic, about getting our money back from hotels and rolling shit over and things like that. Luckily, we got the word on New York Comic Con today. We did roll over officially from New York Comic Con, so I'm fucking happy about that.
Dope.
But what do you guys? I know I see all you guys everywhere at shows and stuff like that. We're gonna start with my sister because if I don't, she'll yell at me, throw water on me.
I
And my
have
sister.
tips.
What do you
Me and my tips are good.
What do you think about everything that's going on?
Well,
With
because I view it from three different perspectives. I view it from the perspective of an attendee. I view it from the perspective of a cosplay guest or press. And then I view it from the perspective of somebody that helps put cons together behind the scenes. So viewing it from those three different perspectives, it's kind of a mix of sorrow and anxiety, basically, the entire thing. Because we all know that cons are going to cancel. We all knew that. Like, I knew Otakon was going to cancel. I knew Anime NYC was going to cancel. I knew it months ago. But seeing the official cancellation, like, you know it, you know it's the right decision, but it's devastating because it's just like, that's the weekend where you go and you do whatever it is you do and you're with your friends, and it's just such a wonderful time to be together, and not having that sucks, even if you know it's the right thing and even if you saw it coming. But then on the other side, it's just, I know all of these conventions are stressing because they have to work with the state. In places like New York, they have to work with the county, they have to work with the venue, and then they have to work with all of the contracts that they put together with hotels, with vendors, with artists, with security, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So once they get the okay from city officials, from the state, from the county, whatever, from government, and then the venue, then they can actually break those contracts and proceed. So seeing MagFest be able to cancel so soon, I'm thrilled for them because I can't imagine that they're happy, but I also can't imagine that they're disappointed with the fact that they got to relieve themselves of that stress so early in the game. They don't have to be freaking out in November. They're safe from that now, and they can focus on doing whatever it is they want to do digitally, or focus on 2022, whatever they want to do. So I see it from both sides, and I'm glad they canceled. I'm also sad that they did, but I'm just grateful that they were able to get the okay to do so soon, and that they can now focus on, well, what would we like to do now? So.
All right. Well, that's I that's why I wanted to go with you first. I knew you had perspectives from everywhere else and stuff. Now I know Scarlett and Cam, I see you guys at shows all the time, be it local or even when we travel a little bit. As cosplayers who go to shows and things like that, how are and seeing all of our shows canceled one after another, how are you guys feeling with that? And what do you think about everything that's going on with MagFest? Because to be honest with you, I think everybody realized it's a 1-2 punch. If MagFest fell, Katsu's next.
Yeah, it's kind of it's weird because like keeping on like technically we're both essential workers. I work in the dental field. He works in medical, so we're both healthcare, and it's the kind of thing where it's like, as a cosplayer and a con attendee, yes, it's disappointing to see these conventions, these conventions cancel, because it's like, oh man, that's the weekend I'd go away and have fun. Like, see a lot of people I don't get to see, just go and wear my best cosplay. But on the other hand, like being an essential worker and, just seeing also like just the steps that we have to take, just at my office alone, where, at the front desk, before we can even let someone into the back to be treated, just make sure that they're not sick. It's like, it's in a way, it's a relief, because it's like, all right, this is one less thing that could potentially get me sick or could potentially like inhibit me from doing my job. It's just kind of, how do I put it? Like, it sucks, but at the end of the day, like, it's kind of like, all right, at least this is one less thing that is like, it's one less way that this virus can spread. And then, like you were saying, there's people from all over the country and all over the world. Who knows if people are quarantining the way they're supposed to when they, come and go. A lot of people, complain about con crud every year. And let me tell you, last year, New York Comic Con, I got hit with it really hard right after. This year's con crud could be COVID.
Yeah,
and like,
look,
I really took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, absolutely. Sunday night when I get home from New York Comic Con, you can ask Rizuki, I basically drink a bottle of water, drink a bottle of NyQuil, and go to sleep until Tuesday.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Fucking con crud. But yeah, Jay's background is freaking me out, man. I love it. I'm gonna have to get a projector and shit now. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. Now, John, you said you haven't tabled at a lot of shows. By the way, we're fixing that. Just so you know, I got some. You and I are gonna chat about some shit when shows start coming back. I got 2 or 3 right in line for you where we're gonna have fun. But you've gone to shows.
Yeah. I mean, I've been like on and off, kind of going to like shows forever. Honestly, like this whole year, like this was supposed to be like my first year, really just hit the ground running. And in a lot of ways, like I obviously understand it. I understand, like this is a pandemic. This is the kind of bigger than all of this. This is sort of like, I definitely believe that, if we just hunker down as soon as possible, then soon we'll be out of this thing. I certainly agree, and I definitely respect any event that's going to close down while the uncertainty is sort of like looming in over everybody, But yeah, like I was supposed to table at Tropicon this year. I talked to Pat and everything, and then that I think we're in talks for next year. I actually have to follow up about that, but in a lot of ways, just from my whole like view on the pandemic, I think the whole world was sort of going at this pace, kind of like when you're running down a hill and you can't really stop your legs, and you're trying to stop, and you're just like, everybody just needed to take like a step back and reevaluate a lot of shit.
May I interject?
What's up?
No, I want to go off on what he said, and about like people just need to take a huge step back. The amount of pushback against that step back is like a little ridiculous. Like people don't seem to understand, and you have like people that are just like, oh, I'll take my chances. Oh, you take your chances, and like, but why? It's like people don't understand that. It's like, okay, good time with friends, great time, awesome memories, possible crippling sickness. It's like,
and not only that, but like outside of that, for yourself, but you got to think of other people too, because you get sick, you come home, you bring that home to your significant other, your family. Is that worth it? Is that And
I will say this as an artist and a cartoonist, most of my time is spent inside drawing anyway.
True.
So,
yeah.
What was that?
As some people like to call me, I'm an art supply hoarder, so I was totally fine while I was inside with all this stuff.
I was doing all sorts.
Quick question: what did everyone do? Like, what was their hobby during quarantine?
I business as usual. I just drew the entire time.
I got really good at guitar.
I was gaming a lot, and then I got carpal tunnel.
We're going to talk about your music in a little bit, Charlie. But I was drawing, I drew and painted, and I'm still drawing and painting my face off. So because I bartend and wait tables, and that just didn't exist. And then when we thought we were coming back, oh hey, fuck you, you don't have a job.
I played Animal Crossing for 800 hours.
Your island is fantastic.
I got into first-person shooters. Like,
I also got him to play Resident Evil 2, the remake, and watched him get scared out of his mind.
I'm kind of a bitch.
And now we need to do the third one.
Great.
Yeah.
After I get there.
Listen, for all
I
of you
feel your
trying
excitement.
avoid the guy with the shiny background and back there. Avoid.
Why are you hating?
It's like a Windows screensaver.
Never see you come, dude. It's his wall is a screensaver. Like I don't get it. Like what's going on there?
I'm just waiting for the pipes to come out, like in the original '90s, like screensaver.
So you guys know Terminator 2. Everything went to shit with Skynet, right? It gets started.
Oh my god,
that is badass.
That's
also badass.
I love
practicing.
I'm honestly
his
just
best
waiting.
Man of White right now. He's practicing.
I'm just waiting
Bring
for
back that Godzilla versus Kong like thing back.
Setup Jay did with all his computers and everything that he set up. What happened now is it was just the computer is self-aware. It was just waiting for him to switch his internet.
That's cool.
Which he already did. So once this new internet comes over, Jay's computer will take over the world.
Oh yes, that Keanu though.
Terminator is coming.
I don't know how you do. I'm like a caveman. I'm like pen and paper. That's it. I can't even fathom doing any of that.
Oh, that's cool. Chloe Grace is Raven.
I love it.
Some pretty good fan casting.
That was way back in the day when I thought they were going to be doing a Teen Titans movie, not a crappy ass TV show.
Oh, don't even get me started.
That
Like,
show.
We're gonna get started.
Do you have like several hours?
You guys did like Teen Titans?
No, it's all right. So
I love Teen Titans, the cartoon.
we love the cartoon.
I cosplayed Raven from that. Like I love it.
And I'm a Robin fanboy, Robin Nightwing fanboy. I mean, come on.
He just likes that dick.
Really? Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
Throw me under the bus here, damn.
As in Dick Grayson.
Obviously.
Look at his tattoo.
Yeah, see,
I'm
I
not
have
sure
a
if this is a hot
tattoo
take,
right there.
Really quick, I want to say hi to Phil. Phil, don't worry, you're never late because this could go on forever at this point if we get into this Teen Titans or if Rizuki wants to start playing Animal Crossing. Patrick, what's going on, brother? You made it in time. Trust me, we're just getting to cook now. Now we're starting to saute the onions, and now and Pernil just got in the oven. Now we're moving. Everything's gonna be okay, right?
Yeah, you had to say it, really, bro.
Hi, Patrick. What up?
Hey, Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
Going to have to think that whoa is about the whole you like dick cam thing.
Oh my god.
I'm just glad this isn't on like YouTube right now, so I can actually say things like this. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that my mom isn't watching this.
Yeah,
Fair.
for real. 24/7 dirty jokes.
Thanks to all the
Dirty jokes all day.
everybody who's been watching. I appreciate that. Thanks to everybody on Twitch. I appreciate that too. Twitch.tv/Peat11717. I appreciate all you guys. I'm keeping up with all of y'all, and so is Angel helping me out with that too, so I appreciate it. The segue, we will be on YouTube, I hope next week, but not streaming. What's going to happen is I can't save the streams onto Twitch. I'm going to be doing my live drawing on Twitch, but I can save the videos onto Facebook and YouTube, so that's where they'll be. So it's okay. So as long as we're not streaming live on YouTube, as long as we're just saving the videos on YouTube, you can make all the dick jokes you want.
I love this.
Okay, you just unlocked a whole world of.
Once you open Pandora's box, you can never close it again.
Hey, that's what happened almost 2 years ago when we started dating.
Oh Jesus Christ!
This is the mosh pit. I wanted to have artists, and I wanted people that may have known each other, that may not know each other, just kicking back and talking about the stuff and the shit that's going on with them.
So anyway, Titans, and I'll just close you with the live action show. Who wants to go first?
Yeah, John, go ahead. Go for it.
I was just saying, I don't know if this is a hot take or not. The early Cartoon Network Teen Titans show, that shit was dope.
Yeah.
When Cartoon Network started moving into like the post Scott Pilgrim cute kind of shit, I'm like, you lost me. I'm done.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm out of here. Turn off the TV.
It's actually, about that. Teen Titans Go. I hate to admit this, but it's actually kind of funny.
Is it?
But it's like a dumb funny.
It's kind of a dumb funny, but it's actually kind of clever funny. And especially the Teen Titans Go to the movies. Have you seen that?
No, but I kind of want to because I heard it was really fun.
It's actually really funny. It takes a lot of digs at Disney, which was surprising. I'm surprised they didn't get sued.
I mean, F Disney, but anyway.
Yeah.
Disney as a corporation.
Yeah. Anyway. But anyone else who wants to go next?
Oh, look, I stopped with the Teen Titans Go. I haven't seen the live action just because sometimes I don't watch stuff, and I get really bad when I need to watch stuff. I'll end up rewatching things. Like I've watched The West Wing and Peaky Blinders a trillion times. So,
Walter loves Peaky Blinders.
Yeah,
we need to talk about that because I adore that show, and I actually have. That was the one thing I was proud of. One of the few things I'm proud of this quarantine. I have a Tommy Shelby piece that I put out, so I'm pretty excited about that. But anyway, I know you guys who saw the live action.
I saw the first episode and then I was just like, nah.
You did yourself a favor.
Honestly, like you're right.
I dug it. I for what it was, I dug it. You know what I mean? I wasn't going in there being a purist. I wasn't expecting it to be anything but their attempt of having a great live action. So my bar, first of all, my bar wasn't that high when it came to it. So when I watched it, I enjoyed it. So
it's like there's things about it that I like, but it's like I love the actors. I like a lot of the characterization. It's just the overall like story writing that's kind of like not great.
Here, can I take this here?
Oh yeah, you can take it.
Here's my quick summary as to like everything that pisses me off about that show is that
they waste perfectly good actors.
Not just that, it's the live action Titan show is a show that gets by 100% on hype, and on the strength of the hype. It's like it does everything it should do right. Like, it's got great actors, it's got amazing costume design, like seeing like these characters in live action for the first time. And
the costumes is the thing that made me say nah to that show right away.
Huh?
You like the costumes?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
And I know some people might, they kind of have a problem with, like, say like Raven, or say like how Starfire looked in its first season, which it's like it's whatever. And I love the way that everything kind of grew on me. And
so wait, Jay, I see you shaking your head over there. What's the problem with the costumes?
I thought me and him were gonna be cool for like 2 minutes, but then he. I was like,
hold on. Like, I didn't get to like my main problem with it. So
you right there.
Go ahead, bro. Continue, please. Continue.
Come on, you can't how are you gonna sit there, lie to me, and tell me that Robin doesn't look hype?
But
His mask sucks.
His mask does suck. Yes, I have. The fact that I have better masks than live action Robin does.
Damn.
They should have consulted some cosplayers on how to dress the rest of them, because they all look like trash.
But you see, the
I
thing
think
is,
that was one of my problems with it. I felt like I had no issue with the actors. I thought the actors were fine, and I thought they were presenting the characters not in my favorite way. And I really mean that for Raven and Robin, though Nightwing, whatever you want to call him at the time. But I really feel that for them the most. I didn't like their personalities and the way they were. I don't know. Yeah, fuck that man. Oh, okay. Okay, fine. But wait, I have no idea what you guys are saying because you're both.
Hold on.
The rest of them look like they forgot to do the costumes. They had to do the show. They're like, oh shit, we need costumes, and they ran to Party City and got costumes for the rest of them.
Oof.
I mean, so here's the thing. It looks like that in like the production still because it's low quality pictures. Like when you see them in action and in context, it does look better. Granted, it's also like part of it's up to interpretation. So like you get Starfire, who kind of looks like she walked out of a 70s disco, which some people are gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Pardon my language. And other people like, I mean, it kind of works. Like for her, it kind of works. The wig in the first season was like
whack.
Was like bad quality.
No, it's whack.
It really it was not
whack.
It was whack.
Whack.
It was not good quality. I'm telling you, like the wig
was whack.
What bothered me was when they first showed her name escapes me that she plays Starfire, and everybody started getting mad because they were like, oh, you have a Morena Starfire, a black Starfire. I'm like, that's not a problem. My problem is, why does she look like that? When I see so many black cosplayers do amazing Starfire.
No, you're absolutely right.
No, you're right there.
Yeah,
like I will agree. That was terrible. That was terrible.
Why does she have to look like trash? Like, why can't she look like
the wardrobe? Shout out to Patrick Starr right here in the comments. He said the wardrobe department was con crunching. Like, best comment. All right.
Can I heart react to that comment? I don't think I can.
Please don't. I'm scared we might shut off.
I'm gonna be real with everybody for 2 seconds. In that, I had no idea that there was a live action Teen Titans.
You see, the problem is actually the story. I mean, you got all these different plot threads, and you want to solve them all within the span of a season. But then, like, Titans creates its problems, then forgets its problems. Like, especially in season 2.
I can see that. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, like season 2, just it tried to tell. Let's see, it tried to reintroduce Slade, which was awesome, by the way. His beef with the Titans. Let's see. Jason Todd's PTSD, spoiler alert. But, it doesn't matter because they just forget about it in an episode. They tell a half-assed story of Judas Contract, reintroduce Superboy, introduce Katniss, and
story,
you're like, could you focus on one goddamn thing?
Yeah, that whole story arc, especially that first season, feels like they hired like 10 writers and 3 of them came to work. Like,
thank you. 10 writers, 3 of them came to work.
So, wait, you're telling me there's more than one season of that garbage?
Yes.
Unfortunately, and they're working on a third one.
Yeah,
So,
hey, it's
I
hot.
want that person's job. That person has the easiest job ever, just to approve trash. Prove that.
Yeah.
All right, Sebastian and Patrick are definitely in this. We got also Oscar and Shadow Rabbit trying to throw comments in, but they're having some trouble getting their comments out. And I'm going to probably pull in Oscar in a second. Patrick,
DC's been edgy.
Yeah, that's
definitely cool.
And then Patrick, it sounds like they could have just remade the cartoon. I would have been totally okay with that. Oh wait, hold on. Here we go. And can Sebastian? Okay.
I would remake be okay with that. The animated movies that came out in the,
Well, DC's always had their finger on animated. I mean, even I know Rizuki, you're not really a DC, but we've talked about how good the DC movies are.
I don't dislike I don't dislike comics. I just prefer anime. But I do enjoy DC. I do enjoy Teen Titans. Starfire is my favorite. What I was saying before. I just didn't like the way that they were doing the personalities. I didn't like the way they were doing the costumes. I just didn't like this iteration of it. It felt like an alternate universe archive of our own fanfiction.net story more than it did a different version of Teen Titans. And I can respect different versions. I mean, Starfire's design from the original Super Friends to now has completely changed. So, you can't go into something and be like, well, it doesn't look like this. So, because every iteration of her, just using her as an example, is completely and utterly different. But I just didn't, this definitely felt like an alternate universe fanfic that I was just not here for. That was all.
You see, I've read alternate universe fan fictions that are better written than Titans, though.
See, and maybe I'm just biased. 'Cause, like, I enjoyed it, but I also enjoy like shitty B-rated '80s movies too. So like
a shitty.
Don't get me wrong. Like, there's some great things about it. Like, I think some of the action looks really cool, and seeing some of the Titans in action is great. Like Nightwing's first appearance, I'm just like, looks cool. Again, Max sucks.
What I would say though is at least a shitty B-rated '80s movie, which I love those movies. I love bad '80s movies. You're not it doesn't set itself up to be any better than it is, though.
I mean,
it's it doesn't present itself to be like this whole hype thing. It's like, listen, this is what you see is what you get. Enjoy it.
But we're talking about a DC live action here.
Yeah,
they can only count probably on one hand the success rate they've had with that, maybe less.
They're getting better.
Like, they're getting way better.
Okay, getting better and being there.
Hold on. That's a perfect segue because we're going to talk about one of the things that did happen a couple weeks ago, and some people were negative towards it. Now, the first thing is this. We're gonna get into it. Some people, and I posted about this myself, and this is how I'm gonna preface this. Some people will, sit there and kiss ass because that's what they do, and some people will shit on something just to shit on it because that's what they want to do. And I don't count those opinions. I don't. Those opinions don't count. If you hate just because you hate, that's your own problem. However, now if you see a thing and it's cool, you want to say that it's cool. You think it's cool. If you see a thing and you hate it and you want to say you hate it, that's cool too because you saw the thing. I waited a couple weeks ago after I watched most of the stuff that DC fandom put out, all the trailers and all the things. I was like, okay, let's see what all this looks like. And I left excited for them again.
Yeah.
And I want to see what everybody thinks of that. Again, I'm going to go throw to Rizuki because I want her to pay for my snacks later. So.
Wait, but I don't know. I mean, personally, I always just prefer DC animated as opposed to DC cinematic universe or just live action anything. The only one that I would say otherwise to is Wonder Woman, just because I really loved Wonder Woman.
That was a great movie. It was a great movie.
But I don't know. I have no opinion as to any of that. I haven't even watched a trailer of Wonder Woman 84 yet, just because I'm scared. Because I don't trust DC when it comes to anything real.
It does look good.
I think it was one of the better trailers. Huh?
What she said right now is the main point, that you can't trust DC with any of these movies until they come out and you actually see them. They have absolutely zero brand trust at this point.
But like the
Most
same
of
thing
them
was
movies
said
have
about like
ability.
Marvel. I mean, come on.
Especially
I mean, I
after
don't
no,
like
especially
Marvel
after
movies, so-
especially after Suicide Squad, like the trailer that they were feeding us was way better than the entire movie. Like,
Well, that
That's
is
also-
not entirely their fault. That's the
That's the
studio's
studio
fault.
who's just like going
Same
on
with-
and cutting
same
things
with-
out to
same
like
with
fit a
Justice
certain
League.
narrative.
but it still fits
it's
in
still
that
DC
you can't
Warner
trust
Brothers.
it. Yeah, you still can't trust what's being put out, regardless who's putting it out. It's still a DC
One at a
property.
I will
one
say
at a time. I'm going to
that
throw to John. Yeah, there you go.
I will say that as far as my opinion, when DC does make a good movie, it's fucking miles ahead of the best Marvel movies. That's just my
Yes,
personal opinion.
yes.
As far as like a movie, you know, I don't know. I was just I saw that Batman trailer that just came out.
Oh yeah.
And there was like honestly like notes of the Batman like animated series in it. I almost feel like Robert Pattinson has like the hairstyle that Bruce Wayne has, like the facial shape. I know that's probably not what they were thinking about.
First of all, I'm all here for emo Bruce Wayne. So
I love it.
I mean,
Give
I'm gonna
Bruce
see
Wayne
it.
eyeliner.
I'm gonna see the movie, but like as far as being like, yo, I'm like,
I know it's like it also like.
I mean,
Oh my
what-
God,
what
I
would
think
you
Cat's
guys
attacking the
consider to
screen.
be the best
If you
DC
see
movie
our screen
currently?
moving, it's because my cat is rubbing against my laptop.
Oh boy.
That's awesome.
He won't appear on screen yet, though. Which I'm
I
trying.
like the idea of the new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson because it's a year one, and they talked about how they said it's going to be a year one, and it's going to be very very noir, like the Batman noir, and it's going to have some darker emo aspects. And if you eliminate Twilight from his film credits, Robert Pattinson has been in some good shit, and he's done.
Hey,
some
I know
good
the same thing said about Kristen
Robert
Stewart, but everyone's
Pattinson
gonna
is
give her
an
shit
amazing
either way.
actor.
So
Huh?
He is an amazing actor.
Yes. So I hope that he brings something to the role. That's fine. I'll be honest with you. That wasn't the teaser that set me off, though. Because this is what I think. Why I have some trust in DC, and this comes from. And I'm going to give it away with saying this is with my pro wrestling background. The Rock is not attaching himself to something that's going to suck before he even starts doing it. He's just not. And if you even saw that little bit that he was talking, he will walk into meetings. You're like, no. Batman, you take that shit off your face. Let's go. Come on, do that. He will fix. I think he will add credibility. I think he could help solidify the DC film universe just by bringing himself into it. Because remember, he's not just a big muscly guy that comes in and does the movies. Now his production company is one of the better production companies in Hollywood. The guy has his hands in it. So I'm looking forward. First off, he's going to look dope as Black Adam. But I can't wait to see what if he brings that attitude to everybody. Look, he mentioned Superman, Batman, this. He's going to want to work with these guys. Yeah. Which means they can't bring trash.
I'm sorry. My cat was rubbing against the laptop
She
screen.
closed out
and
of our screen.
It closed out.
That's fantastic.
The cat has
Get her over here. She needs to like answer to the people now.
All right, come here.
She needs to answer to. Let's get the full screen then.
Making the cat apologize.
Yes.
Until the cat decides she wants to smoke and kicks your ass.
This is the face of.
Aw.
Until she wants to smoke, and it's there goes.
She's bad. She's gonna start scratching. Are you sure you want this?
There's the smoke.
Oh no.
She's mad.
She is big grumpy right now.
Look at that face. That's the face of the devil.
Wants the smoke.
Okay, she's like.
Oh, she's done.
I'm not gonna force her to be in there any longer than she has to.
No, she only likes to barge in when you're doing like a sexy photo shoot. So.
Yeah, whenever I'm in lingerie, that's when she decides to like show up and take over.
No.
No.
Get out.
This cat does not want you on screen right now. Jesus.
It's officially the Frankie hour.
Okay.
You see, it's probably because she thinks that this is taking too much of our attention.
Well, that's fair because that is a cat thing to do, so that's completely fair.
Yeah,
I agree.
Okay, so
in terms of the DC movies, what do you guys think is the best DC movie currently?
As of right now.
As of right now, not what's coming out. What's already been released? What?
Okay, my favorite DC movie, and you know what? I'm ready to get some shit for this. Birds of Prey.
Oof.
All right, so we're not talking to you. So all right.
Damn.
I mean, I kind of want. So like, here's the thing. It's like, in terms of what like actually is like a like good movie, or like, I mean, obviously, I don't want to like I don't want to make it too obvious and say like an Oscar award-winning movie here. Like Joker is one of their strongest. In terms of what movie do I want to like watch over and over, and that is just really a good time and something that I enjoy as, you know, someone who loves, you know, like I love action. I love these characters. Granted, I don't kind of like some of the things they did with it, but after watching the movie, I could forgive it. I really love Birds of Prey too. Like Harley is just like I just love what they did with Harley, and it's kind of like not the most popular, but like I think that they like they did her pretty well in that. I kind of my only complaint is like they did kind of like they play a little bit too much of like the dumb blonde thing, and they don't really like show too much. Like they don't really show too much like that she's intelligent and manipulative. Like they do go into like you do see that I think in a deleted scene of Suicide Squad. But like I like that take on her a bit more. Renee Montoya was just perfect. I love her, like lesbian icon right there. Let's see. Who else was like really good? Cassandra Cain, they fucked up her character, so we're not talking about that.
Before anyone complains about Cassandra Cain, it was bad.
We heard it. Don't like that. Let's see. They should have had Batgirl in a Birds of Prey movie. That's just like Barbara Gordon should have been involved, but they didn't, and I'm kind of mad about that because I do love the comic book Birds of Prey. That being said, they did Black Canary so well. I like the hints you get at her backstory. I love when you finally see her use her canary cry. Huntress was cool. I feel like she was a little shoehorned in, but overall, like her backstory was like how they showed her backstory and everything was really great, and also like just straight out of the comics. I liked it a lot.
All right. Next to Birds of Prey, the other strongest DC movie they have is Shazam, which I wish more people went out and saw.
I think they will now. They will. I think now with The Rock attached to Black Adam, I think they will go back and see Shazam. I happen to agree with Sebastian here. I think Shazam was good. I think Wonder Woman was great. It does feel like Captain America a little bit. It really does.
If you want to be cynical,
a little bit, but whatever. But I do also agree with Sebastian. Sebastian and I are right on this, and Ramon Garcia as well. For me, it's Joker. Because and I'm throwing this out because I just watched it again last night. Joker was two different films. First off, Joker was a film about a person with mental illness crashing. First off.
Yeah.
Secondly, Joker didn't happen. That movie didn't happen. That movie was all in his head. He was telling a story to his shrink in Arkham.
I believe it because the key is he's an unreliable narrator. Everything can be happening in his head.
And I saw John shaking and nodding, so I need to know what he's got going. What he thinks.
I was gonna say Ryan Reynolds, Green Lantern, but no.
You had to. Oh man, Green Lantern.
Hold on, let's just mute him for a minute and.
Pick it on me today.
I was agreeing.
Well, if you mute him, you don't get to hear me, and I quite like.
No, we're muting the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern. I was so excited for that.
Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern.
Yo, that movie came out on my birthday that year, and I saw it, and I was just like,
terrible.
I felt bad.
I celebrated my birthday.
I felt bad for the little little kids that went in Green Lantern costumes, all excited, and whatever.
Van Wilder in space.
But still, the best part.
Mistrust started.
I had to watch Captain America: The First Avenger to wash that out of my mouth.
That's actually perfect. What John said right there. You've redeemed yourself, John. Because I think that. What do you guys think? That's where the distrust started.
It did, yeah, that's true.
And what's crazy is I always thought that Ryan Reynolds would be perfect as Hal Jordan, and this movie came along, and I was
absolutely not. Ryan Reynolds, no. See, that's where I thought the mistake was in casting because Ryan Reynolds has a mouth, and Hal Jordan isn't a mouth. Hal Jordan is somebody you can trust, and he's like your dad. If he'd have been Wally West.
I agree with
Actually,
you.
Patrick has a really good point in the comments. If it wasn't for Green Lantern, we wouldn't have had Deadpool. So
that's true.
Well,
and they did a lot of things at it in Deadpool.
Also, Ryan Reynolds would never have met his wife. So there's that.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
mean,
that's none of my business.
I mean,
that's none of my business.
That's none of my business.
The glass is half full. How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
I just drink the damn glass, bro. Just drink it.
Good, good for them, I guess. Now, wait, what was the last DC movie you saw, Rizuki, or heard about, or saw a trailer for? I know we're gonna get into the anime and the anime versions and stuff in a second. I swear.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know. Actually, I think I don't know, actually, now that I think about it. Because I didn't watch Birds of Prey or Joker. Not that I didn't think they were good movies, and not that I didn't think that they were casted well or anything. I'm just personally, like, myself, personally sick of Harley Quinn and the Joker. I love them. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've loved Harley since day one in the animated series, but I'm over them right now. Like, I don't care. I don't want to hear about them. I don't care. So I'll care later, I'm sure, but right now I'm just over it.
Jay and I have a soft spot for Margot Robbie because she made us money at New York Comic Con.
She made me so much money.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I think they picked the perfect actress for Harley. Like, if anything, like, I think she's wonderful, and I have nothing against her movies in any way, shape, or form. I just can't deal with Harley Quinn right now. Like, ask me again in a year, maybe I'll change my tune. But right now, I'm just sick of them.
Probably not. With all the movies they got lined up, it's probably gonna get worse.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I think
But, like,
she gains her balls as an actress and is able to fight back with the studio a little bit. You know,
which I appreciate. I also noticed between the difference that they did for Harley between Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey. I could tell was a mixture of the director, but also Margot Robbie using her voice more.
Yeah.
Because just in the matter of what she was wearing and how she was acting and how the women were portrayed and everything was completely different.
I picked up on
in
that
between
too.
the two
Yeah,
movies.
I appreciated that.
Actually, there
one
is
of the reasons I really love Birds of Prey. It's just like you see women. Also, it was a female director for that, and also there was a female director for Wonder Woman. So you got to see women. Oh, yeah, okay, he has to let the cat out. But you see like women on screen in these really like badass roles, directed by a woman. So it's not like a man's idea of what a badass empowering woman is. It is, it's a woman's idea of what that is.
Exactly.
And it's honestly like for the female audience, it's much more relevant also.
Exactly.
The
like that
costume,
hair tie scene, that was like that a man, and I'm not saying this in any kind of sexist way, but it's true. A man wouldn't have come up with the hair tie part.
Yeah.
Like little stupid things like that. Like that.
Yeah, and also like Harley like
realistic.
cutting off the pigtails and then like crying right after. It's like that's such a breakup thing.
Yep, definitely.
It is. Agreed. Absolutely.
Like Birds of Prey was like it was a breakup movie, it was a girl power movie, it was just and it had like John Wick action. I really liked the soundtrack, even though it's not music I seek out on my own. It's just like it had a baller ass soundtrack. Like I'm just here for it. I love it.
That's kind of what I'm looking forward to the cast. Not just the cast, but the cast of characters for the new Suicide Squad.
Oh, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
I'm the old guy in the room, and I'm an old DC guy. And they went deep, which means, we're going to get a lot of dead bad guys. But they went deep. They went really deep with a lot of these characters, and that's exciting. And when I saw her dressed with her homage to Jester Harley, here we go. This is it. Because I actually like the first Suicide Squad movie. I'm crazy.
Polka Dot Man gonna be MVP. Yes.
With the second Suicide Squad, that's all James Gunn bringing a Marvel cinematic style to that movie, and a Marvel. What's the right word? The Marvel
flair.
I wouldn't say it's a Marvel flair as much as it is a James Gunn flair.
Yeah.
Fair, but I'm going to tell you this: the first Guardians of the Galaxy is my favorite Marvel movie.
No, again, because it has more of that James Gunn flair, and also like
it's very removed from the universe as a whole.
I'm an old comic book guy, and that's actually where I wanted to take because we're talking about these properties and these movies and stuff. Who read some of these old books? Anybody?
Or which one?
Any of this shit.
How far back are we going? Because I have read comic books,
go.
but I go mostly for like I'd say like
however far back you got to go.
All right, listen. As far as comic books are concerned, I'm mostly a '90s DC fan, and I love Ninja Turtles. And I mean, we can talk about Ninja Turtles all day. Like, that's my shit. That was my first fandom.
That actually may just happen. So hold on.
I hope so.
Yeah, I kind of hop around. It's more so like when I was like big into comics, it was more so like I'd pretty much get like recommendations on like certain writers, or like I would actively seek out like stories about certain characters, unless like a certain era, I guess.
Okay, John, dove into or anything like that?
I'm like a pretty stock. Like I read like Year One, Long Halloween, Killing Joke, all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely. I have them. I'm looking at them right now. Those are Long Halloween is one of my favorite Batman stories ever.
I love Long Halloween, and I love the art style in that too. Just
it's so
Team Sale's art
Yep.
kills me. I love it.
Like I'm a lot more of like I guess like an alternative comics, like underground comics guy.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I've read my fair share of Marvel and DC. Like my introduction to all that was more or less like the Marvel Legends action figures, where you get the comic book with it and stuff. So like pretty much anything that came with that, that's where I started. As well as what I was saying before about like whatever I can get my hands on at the at 7-Eleven when those were still being sold there. You know.
I feel I'm with everybody on that. And I'm also an image guy, but we're not going to get into that deep right now.
Yeah.
But I know we go over Rizuki because Charlie was talking about there's two things because we're going to switch from DC a little bit and we're going to talk about some stuff. There's new stuff and there's some old nostalgic stuff that was happening. And I know some of the comics that you read because I've gotten them for you at our comic book shop. The new Power Ranger stuff and the new, not necessarily the new, but a lot of the Turtle stuff that's coming out. Rizuki, help me out.
I'm really excited.
I know myself, like I've never been super big into Marvel for whatever reason. Although I did like X-Men, especially Evolution, but I digress. DC, I would read stuff that you had. That's how I read The Killing Joke when I was like 10, which was a mistake, but I digress.
Oh God. Why would you do that?
I was very young when I read that. What?
Big Brother. That's why.
I was young and I was just like, bad things happen. But anyway, so I could never really get into the DC stuff even now. And the only reason for it, and this will segue into what your question is because storylines would go on for so long. Like if you, let's pretend you missed 2 months for whatever reason. God help you catching up. Like God help you. You know? And so it was hard for me to want to stick to it. So like when they did New 52, I was happy for maybe 3 weeks. And then I was like, what the hell are you doing? And then so on and so forth. So for me, what I ended up sticking with was, wow, I blanked. Was the Ninja Turtles as well, Power Rangers, and also Sonic the Hedgehog, which is, if I may, Sonic the Hedgehog has and will probably always have the longest running nonstop comic book series of all time until it was canceled in 2017. Just saying. Wow. Over 200 issues.
Archie Sonic?
That was the Archie Sonic until it was canceled because of all sorts of drama, which I could talk about for like 12 hours, but I won't.
Spawn better.
I still need to see the Sonic movie. I hear it's great.
It's amazing. Please watch it.
I have to. That's on my list.
It's really good. But so my favorite things, I love all the different iterations of Ninja Turtles. I'm just hugely in love with. I've been a Ninja Turtles day one, so you and I will probably. I'm down.
How do you feel about the new comic story that's coming out, The Last Ronin?
Okay, so
all right,
we're all gonna have a chat right now, guys.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so welcome to the Cam and Rizuki show. No, I'm kidding.
all right. Everyone else.
No, Scarlett. Come back, Scarlett. I genuinely do want everyone's opinions on this because I'm mixed, and I'll explain. So when it comes to that, I genuinely think it's going to be Mikey, but I would be okay with it being Mikey or Donnie because it's always Leonardo and Raphael. It's always the oldest and the second oldest. So it's always those two, butting heads and all of that stuff in every single iteration of Ninja Turtles since the original comic. It's always been like that. Cool. Mikey is just Mikey. Like he's the fun-loving one. He's the one like with the ordering the pizza and wise man says forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price
for late pizza. Yes.
So stuff like that. And then Donnie is the one who's like the weakling, who's more mind over matter and things like that. And people don't think he's that strong. So I'm down with both of those things happening. But they already did do that in the 2003 version of Ninja Turtles.
I was there, same as it never was. Yes.
Exactly. Yay!
That was a great episode, and I got to show her that. But they don't show it anywhere. They don't show the.
Some of it is on YouTube because I do watch a lot of it on YouTube. I'll link you to it. Some of it is there, but not all of it, unfortunately. And they don't sell the DVDs anymore, which sucks.
I know.
But because they did that with Donnie in the 2003 version, I think it's going to be Mikey. I think it's finally Mikey's time, personally.
Yes. Well, not just that, but also like the newest comic, Mikey's had a lot of character growth. One of my favorite issues that came out from the current run of Ninja Turtles. I believe I have it right. As a matter of fact, let me get it right now. Like, hold on.
We just turned into show and tell all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, you know it's real.
Like, hold on, my cat.
And something I'll mention too, it can't be Donnie because I already killed him. I mean, he's not really dead. Okay, but
so many times.
It can't be Donnie again. It has to be Mikey. If you haven't read it, sorry.
I haven't read it, but Cam does have a have a T-shirt that has, like, I think it's like the death of Donatello, like from the comic or something.
Here, right here, this.
Oh shit.
This issue. This was his micro series issue. He actually, there's spoilers who might not have read this. He actually challenged Splinter to a fight over the fate of like a couple of orphan kids. You see, like
not too many spoilers.
Not too many spoilers. All right. Long story short, so basically, Splinter's the new leader of the Foot Clan. He's trying to adopt, orphans to try to be new members of the Foot Clan. Mikey's like, this isn't what you taught us, and
so he's like fucked up Batman.
Yeah. So and then he's like, so then Mikey at one point Mikey at one point is like, you know what? I had it. I don't want you hurting these kids. And he's like, if you have to touch these kids, you have to go through me. And he fights Splinter and actually does well against Splinter and actually lands a clean strike against Splinter. And it's like, everyone's just like, whoa, Mikey. You see, it's these like shades of characterization that you don't see out of Mikey that it would make him a great candidate to be, he would be a great candidate who might be the last Ronin. Because again, I'm sick of Raphael in anything. It's like, I hate like this whole like, I'm bad, and like everyone loves me because I'm bad. It's like, that's his only character trait. And it's like, okay, I get it, you're bad. Other than that, you're stupid and not graceful at all.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yes. I just see, like when I'm talking about like the last Ronin and who could be the final turtle left, I try to get my own feelings out of it because like I love Leonardo, and
he likes the brooding leaders in black and blue.
Oh my god!
See, I think it's Mikey. I think it's Mikey.
I hope it's Mikey
because I think that story that leads for better storytelling for me, where he was the goofy class clown this whole time, and now he ended up being the last one. And if it's written well, everyone else's end either has him at fault or has him kind of feeling responsible for it, and now he has to take this whole, and yes, he's kind of a fucked up Batman kind of thing. But yeah. I think Mikey would be the
saddest. He's the man, and also for fans of anime,
exactly. So Mikey would be the saddest one to have to play this role, and I think that's me.
Yeah, and you can see a lot of emotional depth from having Mikey in that kind of role, and a lot of things, and even in the 2012 series, and Rizuki would appreciate this. He slept on as a martial artist.
He really is.
He really is. You see, the thing is, the problem with Mikey is that he doesn't like to put in effort into things, but at all. But he learns things incredibly fast. And martial arts comes naturally to him. He's a natural, gifted fighter. If he actually put in effort and trained, he could be better than Leo. So
he would be amazing. I completely agree with that. The thing that killed me on the 2012 series, like I would have loved it a lot more, but what killed me was I was just like, I need y'all to stop pushing Donnie's crush on April because it's making me feel really itchy.
So weird.
It was really weird.
It's like, and plus, like I've always seen April as like the sister of everything. It's like this weird,
like this older sister. I know she's
like thing, and I'm just like, dude, keep it in yourself. Come on,
hey, look, everybody. Remember, we're all about inclusion here. So, turtle, human, write your fanfics, guys. It's okay.
I don't
keep it on AO3.
Yeah, there you go.
Keep it on AO3 and have your tag so I don't click on it.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Just let us know.
Actually, AO3 has a really good tagging system.
They really do.
They
really do.
Oh, Jesus.
Listen, AO3 is where you go when you can't sleep. It's a good place.
I thought that was Tumblr.
I find
No, AO3.
I find Deep Dark.
Well, you don't have the good stuff on Tumblr anymore, so AO3.
Not anymore. It's on AO3
You know?
now.
Yeah. Oh God.
But no,
back in the
I
day.
completely agree. And I saw there was a comment that was on the screen before, like saying about like what names these are. This is just the current IDW Ninja Turtle series. I don't know I forget what issue number they're on at this time.
I think they're in 105, 100
I was
something.
gonna say early hundreds, I think. But it's the IDW Ninja Turtle series. It's new-ish if you want to look at it.
It's been going on since
just started,
2015, right?
Harkonnen.
I just started.
Just so
I just started reading those hardcover ones.
Harkonnen is Oscar, our Oscar from Long Island.
Hey, Oscar.
Hey, Oscar.
So I just started reading that IDW, the hardcovers that they had of all the series prior, and it's actually amazing. I really enjoy it. It's really good, especially when they throw in those issues with the different artists and stuff like that. But the storyline has been solid.
It is. IDW is doing really well, like because they're also the people that are doing the new Sonic the Hedgehog series to take over a new storyline after Archie. They're doing that too. IDW is just nailing it out of the park. They're doing
really good.
Because
agreed.
Patrick left that comment, and we're going to go into it. I'm going to do this for a second because that's Oscar asked me to commission this for him. And I did, and he said Raphael, so I decided to Red Ranger because it would be like I got your 6. So we're just going to give Oscar some love because Oscar actually, I'm giving him some love because A, this comment, and B, he had some problems getting into the chat, and he fought his way in so he could be part of the conversation. And that's the other thing we're trying to do with this show is talk to everybody.
I don't know if you guys, I don't know if Oscar wants me to talk about this, but me and him go way back because him and my brother used to go to hardcore shows together. I think Oscar Gomez, right? That's who it is?
He was at the indie art show with us.
Yeah. That's what's it called? That's him and my brother used to hang out. Their bands used to play together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now, he does mention the Turtles Power Ranger crossover, and that goes there's a smile, so we'll just do this. Okay, Turtles, Power Rangers, go.
All right.
Never happened. Anyway,
I'm just gonna let you know, full disclosure, full transparency, I didn't read it. I want to read it. I'm waiting till it comes out on a big graphic novel so I can read it in full, but it's something I'm really interested in.
There's the crossovers are doing, like the Batman Ninja Turtles one was sensational.
I love it.
Yes, amazing.
Very
I was trying to get the action figures that they put out for those, but I can't fucking find them anywhere. They're like,
No, you gotta go on eBay. You gotta go on eBay and sell a kidney.
The movie was really good too. The animated movie.
The animated movie was free. I was worried because you never know if they're going to be true to the comic. They were really good.
Yeah, it
was surprisingly more violent than I thought, and also that Shredder versus Batman fight had no reason to go that hard.
It didn't.
And like, if it wasn't for some ancient ninja weeb shit, Shredder like Shredder beats the shit out of Batman, and I'm just like, what?
Yo, he didn't just beat the brakes off. Yo,
I'm sorry, I'm still on ninja weeb shit. Hold on.
I mean, come on.
Batman caught that sewer hood shit. That's
oh my god,
facts.
I was not expecting that.
Okay,
but no,
Batman a weeb.
No, he's not.
Are you sure?
He's a ninja.
Compared to Shredder.
He should have ate Shredder alive. Like, there's no way Shredder could even.
Well, he did.
Well,
he did.
Shredder messed him up. That that and like stuff
he
going on.
He punched him through his armor. He punched him so hard he felt that blow come out of his back. It was crazy. Like.
Well, that's wonderful.
So are you trying to say the Shredder blew up Batman's back? Wait, sorry.
Oh yeah, he did. Yes.
I did no one hear me say that's one way to blow out your back and then look suggestively at Charlie.
Oh my God.
I wanted to pass that one over because I didn't want to have to turn off your stream for a moment there, guys. It's a fun stream, but not that fun. Okay.
So That crossover I liked. The Ninja Turtles Power Ranger one, I actually haven't finished reading because when it initially came out, all it did was gave me nightmares from the 90s iteration with the last mutation, which I just pretend never happened.
Oh, I don't want to talk about that.
That never happened.
I don't want to talk about that either.
It just never happened. We're gonna live life not thinking it happened. So I actually do have to catch up on that. And from what I've seen, from what little bits I've seen and the art that I've seen, I'm a fan. I do want to see how they carried out that story, though. I have not done that yet, and COVID has not helped me with that.
Really quick, we're going to pause for a second. First off, Tim Tenko, how you doing? Secondly, Barbun, hello. If you want to ask a question, Barbun's catching us on Twitch. If you have a question, ask it in the comments, and we will look at it, and we will answer it as best as we can. We have a large group here of people, so let's see. Okay. Okay, well.
That's at least you're on it.
I mean, it depends what you're using it for.
Size
only matters.
I gotta think about this.
I mean, let's be honest before just sending a pic.
I mean, thank God.
Look, here's the thing. Sometimes you need a little screwdriver. Sometimes you need a big screwdriver.
Wait, Jay's got the great question. What was that, Jay?
Is it length or width?
I mean, 3 centimeters doesn't really matter.
Oh my God!
Don't be sorry. It's it's the pit. Weird things happen.
Get in the way of your, I'm just
whatever you need to do.
Yeah, it's not about the side.
There you go. It's a medical condition. There you go. It's got to be. Then you're fine.
Listen, Padme had it right. This is going down a path I simply.
We lost Rizuki.
We lost you.
Scratching at the door.
Say that again.
Cat door on there.
Wow, now
I'm gonna just follow Padme. This is what? No idea what you said.
No
Are
idea
those crying potatoes?
I think that's
I think that's his. Never mind.
Do you see the potatoes or his nuts?
It's actual size.
Yeah, this is definitely going down a path I said Anna.
But I'm fine with that. I'm fine with falling in the Twitch hole because that's what I wanted. So, Oscar has. I guess we're getting into this now. That you're not allowed to quote a character from the prequels, but she's the mother.
Listen,
she's the mother.
I have high ground now.
And I'm gonna be honest
now. Let's go.
I think Padme may have been my favorite character at all.
Oh no! Get out! No, you stupid cat.
She was messing with the screen.
Did you hear that cat?
Yo, that cat got picked up and instantly looked at them like, "Yo, you about to catch these hands?"
She's like me out. No.
She keeps rubbing against the screen, but because my laptop is also touch screen, it's one of those that like moves backwards into a tablet. So she just
she's literally trolling us right now.
Is her dish empty? Is that what it is?
No, she's lazy.
Well, the other thing is also we have to keep. I'm trying to keep the door closed so that way we don't get noise from the living room.
They're watching the Islanders game right now, so
I'm watching that on the screen too.
But the thing is, Frankie can't decide if she wants to be in the bedroom or out of the bedroom.
She's being a little crackhead right now.
yeah, cats are crackheads.
But they always want
this one. 3 in the morning jumps on my bed, jumps on the bed, headbutts my face, and meows.
Okay, we're gonna now that we've been properly. That was a nice little, clean cleanser there, palate cleanser, and then now we're stuck. The sequels and the prequels are in the comments now, kids. It's happening.
Are we talking about Star Wars now?
Yes.
It all started with this, and now we're here.
We're gonna get bad.
Yeah, it's gonna get interesting.
Oh boy, here it goes.
I mean, okay, so I will
who's gonna go first?
I'm just gonna go first and get it over with.
All right, here goes.
So, okay. I remember watching the original trilogy on VHS as a kid and thinking, okay, this is really cool. The prequel, I mean, I think the first two prequels, by the time I had, at least the first prequel was already out. I don't know what year the second prequel came out, but it was probably, I think it was already out by the time I had seen the original trilogy on VHS already. And then I did see Revenge of the Sith in theaters. So like, regardless of their like quality, looking back on it, there is still, for me personally, a lot of nostalgia factor looking, like for me with both the original trilogy and the prequels, because those are what I grew up watching. The sequel trilogy is
talk your shit.
I'm really trying not to talk too much shit, but like they had good ideas. Like it's like there were good ideas there.
That wasn't a sentence.
Hey, hello. Oh, goodbye. Yeah. Oh, hello again.
Nadia.
Revenge of the Sith was the most polished turd. You see, here's my thing, though. I feel like at least the prequels told a more
cohesive story,
and original story than the sequels did. Because I feel like the sequels, the sequel trilogy, you could tell, like, they had a plan. The plan went off the rails, and then the last one was just this,
just damage control.
Corporate Disney doing damage control, and it just. And the other thing is also, like, and this is just something I feel about, like, with a lot of just Disney-owned properties in general. I don't, I'm not a fan of Disney as a company. I like some of the properties that they own, and I think that they do put out there is some good content that they put out. I don't just broadly hate Disney. I just strongly dislike Disney as a corporation. So it just feels like,
they're having their hands in way too many cookie jars.
And the other thing is also, like, you have your hands in too many cookie jars like that. It feels like you're seeing the same movie over and over, just with a different coat of paint thrown on it.
I get that. I definitely get that for sure.
I see that, and then I'm gonna John, go for it.
I'm gonna say
the mouse is always listening.
I'm gonna preface this by saying that I love shit. I love bullshit, movies, whatever. So I'm not saying Star Wars is shit, but I'll also just ingest anything Star Wars for the fact that it is Star Wars. I recognize, because I remember, the episode 1. I remember when that was in theaters and that was the biggest thing. The big, was made like headlines everywhere. And I must have been, what was that, like 99 or something, or it might have been even like 2000, 2001. I off the top of my head, I don't remember, but I just like. I'll take anything Star Wars, but like it's kind of like I said, don't mute me before I say this, but even like the Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, like that was
my man.
I'll look back on those and I'll watch those and through every time, because that was at a point where life was exciting and there wasn't like.
I'm so glad you went the right way with that, because we were about to not be friends at all. You said Tobey Maguire and I went.
No. But
John, I just met you, John, but don't fuck it up here, John.
The prequels to Star Wars, I remember I will always look at them and I will watch them as a kid, being like, I'm watching a new Star Wars movie. You know,
I just got it.
My dad actually spoiled. Was it the last Star Wars movie for me? And on Christmas he went to go see it, and then I'm like, Dad, don't spoil it for me. And he goes, yeah, all right. And then he tells me the ending of it immediately. So I haven't seen that yet. But yeah, I did my point. Is my point clear? Is that like I'll always watch the prequels like with my kid brain. Like, this is awesome because I'm watching this, like you said, like nostalgia. I understand that it sucks, but I just like it. Kind of like Starbucks coffee. I know it's shit, but I love it.
Right now, me too. Now, look, I'm gonna do the halftime here, and then I'm gonna let Jay Rizuki, because I know Rizuki's feelings on stuff, and I'm gonna let Jay and Angel get in. I'm 46. My first memory was my parents taking me to the theater to watch Star Wars, and the first thing I remember is that big fucking ship going across the screen, and that was it. So Star Wars is basically the reason why I'm in this chair doing this right now. It's the reason why I draw. If I didn't, I would have never gotten into art, and I never would have gotten into anything like this, and I just would have been a different person. I owe that to Star Wars. I like what you said. The prequels had a plan, and they weren't really good, but luckily all the extra stuff made up for it. Clone Wars, Rebels, all that stuff really, I think, fixed them. I think, and Jay's gonna laugh, and so is Angel. I think the sequels are very as if Vince McMahon was running it and changing things every 5 minutes, and it's Scarlett. You said it perfectly. The mouse got involved too much, and they just didn't let Star Wars be Star Wars. But all that being said, and I told everybody this, I did when I saw the first movie. I did go home, in the car, scribble, and I drew a porg on a Pokeball because that's how the movie made me feel. When I saw the last movie, I actually had to sit in the theater for 15 minutes to compose myself, not just because of everything that was going on. And I was happy because I got to see it from the very beginning to the very end. Yeah. And that's a big thing. It was a big Star Wars is a part of my life. I'll put it to you like this. Again, I'm 46, and then some of them have been with Rizuki, some of them haven't, but I have seen every Star Wars film, including Solo and Rogue One and whatever, in the theater. Okay, so it's like, yes, I'm a human being. Yes, are the sequels really bad? Yes, but I take that and I throw it out because for me, it's Star Wars, and I'm really happy. And I was really it's different. It's emotional for me. It's just a whole emotion. Yeah, it's almost
like. It's like I don't know, like when you have Rice Krispies like for breakfast for like 2 weeks in a row, and you still like the taste, but you're just so sick of it, you're just like, I don't want this.
Yeah, this sounds like a personal memory.
Yeah, it was.
I just ingest all things Star Wars and love it. Like I freaked out in that scene when all the ships came and Poe looked up and Ghost was right next to the Millennium Falcon. I lost my mind, and the guy. Luckily, there were enough people in the theater who said the same thing and like applauded, whatever. But yeah, it was an emotional thing. And as I get emotional, I'll kick it over to Rizuki.
Hold on. I just wanted to say one thing about that little thing. That scene, Cap on your left.
Oh no, that's different. That's a whole different thing.
No, I mean like that's what reminded me of.
No, yeah, it absolutely reminded me of that. But that first off, that was. When Avengers Endgame was the most fun I've had in a movie theater ever, especially since we were in DC preparing for AwesomeCon. That was the most fun. That was spoilers, puto. But that was the most fun I had. We all went to AwesomeCon, and it was a big convention in DC. And I'm just telling the story really fast because he had to say something, and now you couldn't leave it alone. So and it was the weekend Endgame was coming out. You can't go to a major Comic-Con and not watch the biggest Avengers movie ever. So we all went to midnight showings and stuff, except for the guy up there with the tank top on.
Listen, I had a good. Listen, no. That's not.
I'm not actually Endgame either.
I promised my fiance I wouldn't watch it without her.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But you shouldn't have told us that because you cried and you cried like a baby with a skin knee because we gave you shit the whole weekend for it, and that's it.
You damn right I did.
And we're leaving it, and we're going to leave it alone. We're going to kick it over to Rizuki, and then we're going to go to Hugh Hefner and his art screen back there.
All right, I'll try. I'm gonna go from the prequels to the sequels, and like try to like just hide TLDR through the whole thing. When it comes to the prequels, I can't watch The Phantom Menace until after the pod racing is over because I just can't. I can't deal with it. But I do enjoy Phantom Menace because Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are everything, and that battle with Darth Maul, it could have been 5 hours. I would have been happy.
I would have been great if it was 5 hours.
If that was all the movie was, not even dialogue, just those three fighting, I would have been fine. But so that's that. When it comes to Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, well, not Revenge of, you know what I mean. I don't hate them, but I don't love them. The music, I mean, I love the music for the whole entire series. Let's not even be particular. I loved both for certain parts, and I hated both for certain parts. I saw them all in theaters, and I don't know. I have nostalgic, happy little goo poo poo feelings about them, just because I'm that fanfic writer with like the angst and the fluffy and the slow burn and all of that. So I was down with Padme and Anakin, but at the same time, Anakin was just like white bread. stale white bread, and I couldn't work with it. Like, there was nothing to work
You see,
with.
my thing is like, why would Padme go for fucking Anakin when full-grown, beautiful Ian McGregor is right there?
Was right there.
Jar Jar.
Time out. First off, we'll get in.
Okay, but what that tongue do?
Easy, Jar. I'm muting if you say Jar Jar again. But I will get it. I think that was the problem with Anakin and Obi-Wan, and nobody's talking about it. I think something did happen with Obi-Wan. I think Padme did kind of lean that way. She liked his lightsaber better. And I think Anakin had a major issue with it. I think Anakin kind of is like, why do you, like, what?
Luke,
Yeah, I think there's something deeper in there with Anakin and Padme, and there's just, I think there's a whole triangle there. I think Padme and Obi-Wan dug each other, and Anakin can feel that shit in the Force.
Didn't Obi-Wan have a what's her face?
Satine.
No, he got Satine later in Clone Wars and stuff like that. But I don't think it was from Obi-Wan. I think it was Padme that was like, I picked the wrong dude. I should have hooked up with like Scarlett said, ooh, that beard and that voice and he can because she saw Moulin Rouge on Laserdisc, so she knows.
When I was in high school, did I have Ewan McGregor in my locker? Yes, I did. Of course I did.
How did you fit?
But I digress. So I was down with the prequels just because Ewan McGregor, and I'm all up for like the fluffy bunny kind of thing. So I was okay with it. But anyway, the originals.
So she's online right now to see Kenobi, just so everybody knows.
The originals, I wasn't even born yet, and my brother was like, okay, so this is Luke. I wasn't even born yet. Like, I think probably the first movie I probably ever saw as a fetus was probably Star Wars because of him. So I have nothing but fond memories of the original three because of that. Now, do I like Return of the Jedi fully? I like the Ewoks, but I like Porgs more, and we'll get to Porgs. But I like the Ewoks, okay?
I like Ewoks because I had a puppy that looked like an Ewok. So it's just like, you see, it's like, so my thing is, it's kind of funny. Like, this is just a side note. I'm not trying to take away from what you're saying, but like, I like cute, like fictional animals because a lot of times they look like dogs. Ewoks look like little like Shih Tzu and like Maltese puppies. You get Falcor, who looks like my dog Casey, who is a golden doodle. Porgs are just adorable.
She has an addiction.
Up there, very high, is a wall.
Revenge of the Sith, that bird lizard thing that made the noise.
That was cool.
That bird lizard.
You mean a dinosaur?
This is my Porg collection. Okay, there's about 23 Porgs up there.
Oh my god!
Each and every one of them is valid, and I love them.
Oh. I've enabled her with it too. Now I'm gonna
beautiful Porg collection.
I'm gonna click over. First off, Jay and I, we're just gonna sit there. First off, yo, Wild Bills, we love you. I know Jay got something to say.
Wait, I didn't finish speaking.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I thought you were done. My bad. We'll go back.
No, I just finished.
You have a Porg in your hand. I'm just invalidating you.
I love Porgs. Okay, wait. Okay. Anyway, so the sequels, I don't hate them, but I don't get that same fluffy bunny, happy doki doki, waku waku kind of feeling in my heart when I watch them. Seeing like Leia though, I can't look at her and not sob hysterically. Yeah, I do like Rey. I would have been happier if Finn was the last Jedi, if Finn was the
yes,
you know, like was promised in the original, I would have been much happier if it was him. Just because we were given that kind of like, he was force sensitive, he was a stormtrooper that was just like, no. And he had all that training already. I think a little bit more, and I think he would have been a badass Jedi. I think that was an opportunity completely. Disney was like, oh, you're black, goodbye. And that was
for real.
For real. Like,
justice for John Boyega. For real.
It just sucks because like they had these really talented actors for Star Wars, but because they weren't white, they just kind of got sidelined, and it sucked.
Honestly,
I have one problem.
Really
I agree, and I think he's right. And maybe it's because he was a young actor. You're a young actor. You don't want to fight Disney because then you're working at 7-Eleven for the rest of your life. And so he didn't want to fight the mouse. But I really wish he would have stepped the fuck up and said something while they were making these movies. When he read the script, yo, what just happened? First off, I was kicking Captain Phasma's ass, and now I'm writing in assault. Like what?
Like the only thing he did in the movies was simp for Ray.
Right.
Yeah.
I wish he would have stepped up as an actor. And I know it's tough to say that. I'm sitting here, fat guy with a beard in my room, but I wish he would have stepped up and fought the mouse on that a little bit. And then I've been promising, and we're going to get into that a little bit more, but because that kind of pisses me off because I think he's right, but whatever.
I'll finish my last thought
is.
and then pass it over. My last thoughts on it. So the sequels, don't hate the sequels, but I don't love them because one, I think they did John Boyega dirty. I think they also did Poe dirty. I think they both.
Walter and I are fighting because I think
and Kelly Marie Tran, they did her so dirty too.
I think Poe's a piece of shit.
I think Rose, Poe, and Finn were just done really, really dirty, and I think it's because they weren't white, but they were done really, really, really dirty.
That's why I want to see the Cassian movie. That's what I want to see.
I also think that, yes, I think Rise of Skywalker, I think was damage control after The Last Jedi, but I also think it was, oh shit, Carrie's dead. Plan B. We don't have a plan B.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
That's because when I heard like the little like snippets of what they were going to do with Carrie, I was just like, I was mad because I would have loved that. I would have lived for that. That plus Rose, Finn, Poe, like action. I would have loved it. I mean, did I sit in did I cry the entirety of the Rise of Skywalker? Yeah.
The entire time.
The entire time I cried. The whole time I'm crying.
I just have a quick question.
I sobbed like a baby.
Rizuki, I have a question for Rizuki. How do you feel about the Duel of Fates, the Colin Trevorrow version of what the final Star Wars movie would have been?
I'm not mad about it, honestly. I think I would have lived for it. I think I would have died for it.
Right. Also, like having Finn be the leader of a mass uprising on Coruscant, it would have been the best final battle because then you realize, like, okay, the Empire is big, but we're bigger. It's like it's like the establishment versus the people. The people always have power. They just they just don't know it until they're finally rallied. I thought it would have been a great way to send off, like, to restart the rebellion, and while Rey is doing her fucking Jedi thing, really have Finn be like the leader of like a new generation of
that would have been so badass.
It would have been badass.
It's kind of interesting because you kind of see how John Boyega is taking that kind of energy into real life.
Yes, exactly. Like, let's be honest. Like, he's been more of a hero in the Black Lives Matter movement than he's ever been in Star Wars.
That's fair.
And,
I'm going to use this as a palate cleanser real quick because I know Jay, and we're going to get into this comment, but I know Jay's chomping at the bit right now and I just want to put him on full screen so I can see all that shit in the background. And again, we'll cheers up to Wild Bills. Thanks for having our back in Pittsburgh, guys. Appreciate that. Jay, I know you've done some Star Wars stuff, and I know there's a lot of lasers and shit, but talk to me. What's going on? Yep.
Oh, shit.
You talking about in terms of like the prequels?
What's your thoughts? I know you've been quiet.
I mean, honestly, the last Star Wars movie that I liked was Rogue One. Anything after that?
Rogue One you're valid. Rogue One is the best side story Star Wars.
I mean,
it's not a side story.
It's not a side story. It's basically what happened to make all the other
before A New Hope. Yeah, it's what happened before A New Hope. I don't consider it a side story.
The sequels, to me, they were just movies. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't even seen the last one yet. I have no interest in seeing it.
Don't bother.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, if I catch it when it's on TV one day, I'll sit down and watch it. But as each movie went along, I just lost more interest, and they weren't Star Wars to me. They were just movies.
Yeah.
Poor.
I love Rogue One. I actually cosplayed as Cassian.
I do like some of the characters though, but in terms of like the movies and the story, I was like,
okay, here, and this is Oscar, and we're gonna go into because it's my favorite meme ever. The Adam Driver going, "I'm Star Wars," and then Baby Yoda going, "You're just a side story. I'm Star Wars now." That's my favorite thing.
You're glow stick. It's like, I'm a Sith. You're evil with a glow stick.
Mandalorian. Rogue One. I adored Rogue One. adored
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Great story. But I like it's like why I like the new Battlestar Galactica. I like that Black Ops, like we're military. Like you got to see military. It wasn't about. I mean, the Force was still there, but it wasn't Jedi this and Jedi that and Luke this and Luke that. I'm sick of the Skywalkers.
It was like you got to see Star Wars from the actual war perspective.
Right, exactly. I really
someone on the ground.
I really wanted to see this, but Mandalorian. Yeah, go. I mean,
we love it.
I mean, that's the best Star Wars thing going right now. Is that
it's the best Star Wars thing going in a long time.
I
first
loved
off,
it. I loved it.
John, go for it. Then you start.
Amazing.
No, I was really invested. Like, I'm not like a big I don't really watch TV that much. I spend like most of my time drawing. So like when I do, like when I had my hands on Disney Plus for like a second, I cruised straight through that. Then I watched Simpsons like for like 7 seasons straight. But regardless, I was really into it. I definitely really liked it. It's not too often that I'm like big on like a live action show, you know. It was cool. That's all I got to say about it. I got nothing.
The show absolutely.
That show was amazing.
First off, the characters they got were deep, but I liked I didn't think anything of Gina Carano. I don't know. Yeah, she killed it.
Yeah.
She's and then I want to know what this kid is.
I mean, we
just straight up killed for that baby.
And Mandalorian is really just wolf and cub.
It is.
It really is. It is.
It is. It's Wolf and Cub in space. Wolf and Cub in space. It's a samurai movie. Without the samurai.
It's got a whole bunch. I wish he was here. My business partner Brendan, my buddy, because he's been a Mandalorian fan since before, like from the books and the original lore and stuff, talking about the Mandos and things like that. I love that they're finally starting to tell their story, and I hope this season they tell a little bit more of the history of these folks, and it's pretty rich and deep. I know Rizuki, we got to get you caught up, don't we?
I know. I got to a point, but then I don't know. Like I haven't really been like binging much. I mean, I did watch the entirety of Agretzko season 3 yesterday, but I don't really. I don't know. When I binge something, it's something stupid. It's like it's either Dance Moms, or it's the entirety of Agretzko, or it's Tiger King, or it's Chernobyl, or it's Babysitter's Club. Like nothing makes sense.
Yeah,
at least with Agretzko's, like you can I binged that the other day, and it was literally like 2.5 hours, and it's like, all right, cool.
Is it terrible?
Binge at a time anyway.
Is it terrible that I have no idea what any of those shows are you just mentioned?
Agretzko is an angry raccoon screaming death metal.
It's great. Yeah. I love it. Great. I love Agretzko.
Agretzko is great. It's a Netflix original anime. You should watch it. It's amazing.
What's it called? Gretzko?
Agretzko. Yeah.
A lot of my binging has been.
The music is badass.
On like a Batman the Animated Series box, like two of the box sets.
I throw my fist in the living room.
Those.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to check it out now because
I binge all 6 for 2 days.
I thought you were talking about something with hockey when you said that for whatever reason.
No. I'm all about that Cobra Kai life.
Full disclosure, Peter will tell you, I'm not an anime guy, so if you guys throw names and you see the face going like, what are they talking about? No, I am completely lost.
That's totally fine. No, I'm a big anime person, but I don't know. I like aside from Tiger King, because everyone watched that at the beginning of like.
That was the best part of 2020 in a nutshell.
I couldn't do it. I watched a couple of episodes and just couldn't get through. I couldn't power through. I just couldn't.
First of all, Tiger King is the greatest diss track I've ever heard.
Yeah, but he didn't even sing it.
But the point, I don't care if he didn't sing it. The point
is, he didn't sing it, and he didn't credit the artist that did.
Listen, I don't care.
How would you feel if your work was being used like that as a musician?
I don't know, Tony. I don't know.
Whoa. I don't like it when mom and dad fight.
Oh no! You want to see us fight?
No! Please don't.
I'm not going to strangle you.
Not unless this turns into a pay-per-view.
There are certain rules I have to follow. There are certain rules I need to follow.
But what were we talking about again? It was.
I don't know anymore.
Oh wait! All right. Hey, Kitty, best diss track. Period. There, done.
All right, Tiger. Now
that's level.
I watched your things. So you were mentioning this came up because you were asking me, telling me I need to catch up on Mandalorian, and I was like, well, I was, but then I started watching weird things that
you did find, and then some of you guys might be too young for this, some of you might not. I know you were, Rizuki, but I'm not. We watched last night the Action Park documentary.
Oh yeah.
What was that?
The Action Park documentary.
Oh, that's probably something I'm way too young for.
Yeah, you're way too young for, but it's just, I really enjoy, like, that's what I want to kind of smooth into right now. I wanted to see, and we were just talking about binging things and finding weird things. Like, usually for some of us, it's anime. That's usually the way I go. And I end up rewatching things. And so you have your safety things to binge. Like, for me, it's like West Wing, or like I said, Peaky Blinders. I always end up, if I'm like, whatever, I'll just start watching some of that and get into that. Jay, I know you're always busy. We're going to start with you, though. What do you binge when you need to?
The only thing, I don't really watch TV or watch anything, but if I do binge anything, and I'm going to be upfront, I'm not a binger. I can't watch more than 2 episodes at once. Or I want to like throw my brains on the wall. I'll just watch anime. That's pretty much it. I mean, I don't really watch TV. South Park doesn't do it for me no more. That used to be my go-to with South Park. But after that, I mean, there's not really much that I watch now. I mean, for me, I always feel like if I'm sitting down and I'm just watching TV, I feel like I'm wasting my time that I could be working. So
I totally understand that.
That's a mood.
Yep. No, I definitely understand that. I know I have stuff in the background, but yeah, no, I understand that. Angel, since you don't know what we're watching, what do you watch?
Well, lately I've been watching The Boys, which is amazing. Like,
okay.
I rewatched
We're on
the first
episode 2 of season 2.
Yeah, so I rewatched the first season, and then I caught those last 3 premiere episodes. And then that made me go back to like the Umbrella Academy. So I tend to like binge stuff like that. So that's the kind of stuff I really like.
I got some shit.
Hell yeah.
I binge watch the Umbrella Academy because I mostly work overnight, so when I'm awake, I just like watch whatever. I love season 2 of the Umbrella Academy. I'm binge watching Cobra Kai again.
Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing.
I need season 3 now. It's not fair. Now you're giving me a reason to survive this shitty ass year. I need to find out what happens after the season finale.
Yeah, so good.
I know, and I'm on season 2, episode 2 of The Boys, and I'm excited to see where that goes. I really need to catch up on Shameless because, I love that show, but I kind of like fell off track with it because I don't have cable.
I've heard about it, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
For everyone,
and Patrick in the comments, I really need to watch Watchmen.
Yep.
I also need to watch Lovecraft County.
Yep. Now, really quick, for everybody with Cobra Kai and stuff. Fun fact: I used to bartend with the actress that plays LaRusso's wife.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit!
TGI Fridays. Yes.
Ralph Macchio went to my school district. The original Karate
My
Kid.
mom saw like Ralph Macchio shopping at the Kohl's she used to work at.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Long Island is so damn small.
Zapka bartended at One Eye Jack's in Bethpage as like for like a one night thing, and I'm like, what do you? I wasn't there, but they told me, they showed me pictures, and like he was super friendly, and it was just like apparently like he's from New York City too, and I'm like, oh shit, wow, and then like it makes sense because Ralph Macchio is also from Long Island, so
Yeah.
We're gonna go around the room real quick because I have a question. I like asking this from everybody. Everything's weird, blah blah blah, Corona, blah blah blah, fucked up world. Okay, cool, but we're all here and we're doing okay, so that's good. What, however, though, are you looking forward to most when all this shit is over and we can go back to something kind of normal? And we're going to start with Pinky. That's you, Rizuki.
Huh? Oh, I don't know what I thought you said. I thought you said Binky. I'm like, who's Binky?
I said Pinky.
I don't know.
The thing from Arthur.
I know for me, I have a group of friends out that I see at conventions all the time. Anime NYC, Katsucon, Otakon, Long Island stuff. and we haven't seen each other since either Anime NYC 2019 or Katsucon 2020, and I miss them so much. Like, we talk on Instagram, we talk on Discord, but all I want to do is I just want to see the Sailor Moon meetup people. I just want to see the, like, you know, my friends from Instagram. I just want to see Moon Menagerie again. I just want to see my friends. Like, all I want to do is run to them, cry, eat some chicken nuggets, and just lay on the floor hugging them while crying. That's all I want. I miss my friends. That's all I want. That's that first con back. I don't even want to cosplay. I just want to be with my friends. Like, I don't care.
It's gonna hit differently when it's all over.
Jay, what about you?
I mean, just going back on the road again. I miss being on the road. I miss going traveling. I miss sleeping in slummy hotels. I miss
dirty, horrible hotels.
I miss you know, being at my table and making money and meeting people, and making money. But, I mean, that's the main thing. I mean, honestly, I haven't done anything different that I normally do except shows. That's the only thing that's changed for me. I'm still working, making art. I mean, that's my full-time job. That's what I do. And, you know, the only thing this has done is give me more time to perfect it and more time to branch out into other things and other opportunities. I mean, that's really the only blessing of what's been the shitty year of 2020. But I mean, I just want to do a show. Honestly, I don't care. I just want to do a show.
Yep. John.
I mean, yeah, well, this was supposed to be my year that I was gonna go out and really start like pushing my comic work, like going to conventions and stuff like that, like getting tables and stuff. So I'm excited to really hit the ground running next year. I'm excited for, you know, like hardcore shows to open back up again, like punk shows and stuff like that, because that's a lot of how I spent my time too. Like I tour and stuff also, so I want to get back on tour, and I want to start pushing my work, and that's really like that's like the one thing I didn't get to do this year that I really wanted to do. But I do want to say what I've been binging, because I think we went to something else, and I specifically want to say this for Pete, but there's like 3 things that I binge. One of which I said before is Batman the Animated Series. I have like 2 box sets. Avatar: The Last Airbender, the complete series. I watch it 4 times a year.
I'm showing her that.
This one's for Pete. I know Pete's gonna like this. The Spawn HBO series.
Oh my god!
My God.
Nice.
So
Is that on
good.
HBO Max?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Right here.
It should be.
Yeah.
She looks significantly less frumpy than my cat.
Oh, no,
I
he's
left.
got pissed off face all the time.
Look, I used to remember watching it when it was new coming out and like waiting every week for it to come out. Oh my god.
Good. So good.
Yeah, amazing series. I actually had the VHS tapes. We got from Blockbuster.
I need to rewatch that now.
It's on YouTube. They're all well, no,
Just-
it's like 1, 2, and 5 are on.
It's just the way they put that whole series together, the art of it, the way they were able to tell that story, just without pulling any punches. Like, I thought
crazy.
it was genius. It was genius.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys remember, like the dialogue was like they were almost like they were like whispering the entire. It was like gross, you know.
It felt like and this is for the wrestling heads, and Pete can translate for me, but it felt like a early Jake the Snake type of, you know, I talk like this and I freak you out because I talk about what I'm gonna do to you in this whisper. Like, oh my god, dude!
Everybody smoked 7 packs of cigarettes an hour. That's the way they talked.
It was great. It was amazing.
They're supposed to make like I guess there was a movie in production that was supposed to be like from like Twitch's perspective. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. He keeps like hinting at that's gonna like happen.
That'd be interesting.
He keeps pausing stuff because of what's going on with everything. So
that'd be interesting though from Twitch's perspective. I'd totally watch that.
Absolutely. They had a pretty successful book with Twitch.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say, even the movie, the live action movie, like
I thought it was great for his. I thought it was great for his time as far as visually what they were able to do.
Spawn, yeah. Yo, fat guy, fat John Leguizamo. I live for him.
McFarlane was quoted as saying that he He considers the Spawn movie with Michael J. White, and he's always sports things with him. He considers it a solid double. It wasn't a home run, but it did some of the things he wanted to do. And he's even said it that now with the way technology is now, he can't wait to do it again. But the thing with McFarlane is, and I respect this, he wants to be in control of it because he doesn't want somebody to take his thing and fuck it up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
No,
No, definitely.
And I respect that 1,000,000,000% because, I mean, you can, Rizuki will tell you, I called her afterwards. When I met Todd McFarlane at Comic-Con last year and I talked to him for a half hour while we were closed, there was no fans, so it was just me and him bullshitting. Afterwards, I was shaking. Like he's such an icon. He's such a mentor for me. You know, he's very important to me. So that was really cool. But yeah, it's fun. Now, Charlie and Scarlett, what are you guys looking forward to coming back?
Right, you first and then me.
Oh, no, you go first.
All right. I guess
you guys are gonna do
there's
this.
a lot of things I'm looking forward to. I definitely want to go to a convention again. Because again, I miss it too. I think it's gonna be really weird because there's some people that we haven't seen and people that we've been dying to see for a long time. I'm excited to meet with musicians and get a new project going. Over COVID I was me and my friends were Skyping and we're working on a new music project. I'm really excited about it. Also, because now that this is gonna be over, let's be real, it's gonna be over it's nothing good is gonna happen until maybe at some time next year. But my benefits will kick in and then I will finally have vacation time. If things do get better, if we're allowed to travel to a different country, I would love to do that because I've never traveled outside of the country ever. And I think I owe it to the both of us and take you out on a proper date.
Aww.
Hell yeah.
That's enough tea for everyone.
All right. My turn, man. Nothing quite as touching as yours, I guess. But,
Wait. I feel attacked. You're not taking me out on a date, bro?
I don't know. It's like
I'm a cheap date. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Half off.
Okay, he sounds like he's kidding, but dead ass. That was our dates when we first started going out, half-ass at Applebee's.
Don't get me wrong. It's gotten better. I take her out to sushi almost all the time.
I know, it's great.
We dress up. It's nice.
Anyway. So what I'm looking forward to, I'm looking forward to. I mean, not just conventions per se, but I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of my out-of-state friends that I don't see on a regular basis or that aren't close by where I could theoretically see them a lot. I'm also I'm trying to think what stuff I've really missed. I mean, one thing I'm kind of looking forward to, and this is more of a work in progress thing. I'm working on in terms of cosplay and stuff, cosplay and the other sort of content that I shoot. I'm working on a lot more passion project stuff that I want to work on and not something that is so much strictly for a convention because I could do this in the allotted time frame that I have to do it, or I'm doing this for a group. I'm just doing things that I want to do and I'm having fun with original designs for stuff. Especially this guy, he's doing a lot with the foam work and the armor work because unfortunately right now I am dealing with carpal tunnel, so a lot of the crafting I used to do, it gets to the point I do it for an hour and then it's physically painful and it's I kind of have to weigh my options here if I really feel dealing with the pain or if I just want to take it easy until I can go to the doctor and find out how bad my wrists are.
Same thing. You haven't picked up a video game in God knows how long.
And months because I was binge gaming over COVID, over quarantine, and then that probably didn't make things any better. But I'm looking forward to seeing people and to showing off the hard work we've been putting in through everything.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Angel.
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna kind of piggyback on what Jay said because I get a lot of enjoyment of going out to cons.
Does the cat have a hoodie?
Probably.
Just like
oh my god, that's adorable.
Is that a lion?
That cat is gonna kill all of you.
That cat has the patience of a goddamn
Oh
saint.
my
Wait,
god! How is it
no,
not
it
like
looks like an
attacking
Ewok.
guys?
That cat
Is that
so-
cat sedated?
If I could for Frankie, she'd be so
He's
mad.
just giving up on life.
Yeah, no, he's dead inside. What happened?
He lives here.
Oh, okay.
It's because the cat clearly loves your child.
Yeah. All right, Angel.
It's not
Sorry,
that- It's not that. It's just he knows he can't escape.
he's trapped like you, huh? Angel, I'm sorry. Sorry, look, Angel. I'm always going to pass you over for a good-looking pussy. So,
I don't blame you. But yeah, I look forward to traveling with the boys to Comic Cons and then meeting people at the actual cons, and having conversations with everyone, and it's just that interaction. You tend to miss it every once in a while. So that's really it.
yeah, no, I have to say same. I miss going to shows. I do miss the traveling. I mean, been busy with work. I think we've all been busy with actual work and then with doing creating. I know I watch all you guys.
Here in Jay, what are we gonna do? Jay, how are we gonna do that?
So yeah, because every time we have a con, but you're great at it, bro. You're great at setting that stuff up. So
listen, we will get back to it sooner or later, and I think we've all been busy in the right way. I definitely think this is the best way to go with this. Chicken nuggets and beers, absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Yep.
Luckily, the chicken nuggets never failed us this quarantine, so I'm happy for that. And you know what? I'm looking at the time, and it's almost 11:30. We've really covered.
I didn't even eat dinner. Damn.
Right? Yeah. See what I'm saying?
This was fun. I like this.
We did a really good job.
This was dope.
I appreciate
Congrats on
you
your
guys
very
so
first
much.
episode, Pete.
Thank you. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go around the room, even though it's already up there for most of you guys, and I'm going to do it. We're going to start with Angel and just go around. Angel, where can everybody find you?
you can find me on all social medias under the handle The Son of a Saint or just Son of a Saint. I have periodic art pieces that I put out, and sometimes I give you a sneak peek at some projects I get to do that, you know, with permission of creators that I can slowly release here and there. So there's stuff to look forward to there.
Rizuki, other than when I knock on the door when we go get snacks, where can everybody find you?
The Porg and I can be found on Instagram at Rizuki, on Twitter and TikTok as Rizuki Ann, and then Facebook as Rizuki Cosplay. Basically, if it's somebody with pink hair and glasses with the name Rizuki, it's me.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's totally fair. Jay!
I mean, the same thing is some form of Atramessor Art across all social media. So it's always either Atramessor Art or Atramessor_art. Or you can just put Jay Peralta, I'll pop up as well. Even if it's in Google or whatever. I'll put my links in the comments also, so all my links will be there.
Boom. John, the Cauldron of Burgers, where can we find you?
I'm just on Instagram. I have my own website. My Instagram is at Cauldron of Burgers. Every Sunday, I post a comic strip that I'm writing. Well, no, I'm drawing. That's being written by a guy named Patrick Kinlawn, who's been published on like Black Mask Studios and Aftershock. Currently working on some other bigger stuff, but I'm really excited about that. Also, I don't know if I said my website is www.cauldronofburgers.com. I also just started doing a podcast where I kind of just talk about creative stuff every week. So that's on Apple Podcasts. It's literally the Cauldron of Burgers podcast.
All right, so Cauldron of Burgers, that's the way to go. Charlie and Scarlett, where can we find you guys?
Ladies first.
All right, I'll go first. So you can so for cosplay and some modeling content, you can find me on Instagram. It's _Scarlett_cosplay. If you like some more of the spicy stuff, if you know what I mean, you can find me on Instagram at Scarlett_afterdark. Also, check the link in bio for some other fun links. OnlyFans is $10 a month, guys. OnlyFans at Scarlett My Cosplay. I'm also
I forgot to make mine this. I forgot to update mine this one.
That is Scarlett My. I'm not trying to shamelessly plugging here because
plug. That's what you're here. That's what we're here for. Plug away. Shamelessly plug. Don't be afraid.
Okay, yeah. yeah, right now I have the Suicide Girls. I have a set coming soon, guys. Like I think it drops in about a month, so that's gonna be really fun. I'm going to actually announce that soon on my sexy Instagram. Yeah.
All right.
And then him.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Are you done? He said.
So, for all general entertainment and cosplay, food for thoughts, check out Camp Cosplay NY at Instagram. And if you want to check out some music, my old band, I'm not in this band anymore,
Don't
but
shut them out then.
I'm still out. Check out Like Engines on Apple Music. Yep.
There you go. Now, see, he said something. There you go, kids. All right. I would like to thank all of you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. You really helped make the first show really smooth and work really well. I didn't realize that we've been talking for 2.5 hours. And then none of us is eating. So it's been absolutely phenomenal. I appreciate it. I also want to take this opportunity to thank everybody who's been watching on Twitch. I want to thank everybody who's been watching on Facebook. Again, if you follow me, here on Instagram. Everything's Peat11717, like you see. I'll give you the whole thing there. Follow me there. Follow me on Twitch. You're going to see more of these shows. I'll be posting the videos, so if you want to watch the replays of these, you'll probably go to YouTube, but I'll let you know. Just keep following the Instagram. I'll keep you guys updated there. I also want to make the quick announcement. Next week, I'm going to have an incredible artist, my buddy Edwin. He actually takes Copic markers and he draws amazing things on white Van sneakers, which is amazing. One person that I think we all know, we've all seen. Also next week, I'm going to have Shadow Rabbit Clay Guy. Lewis is going to be on, an amazing sculptor. And I have a couple other people lined up. I just got to work out some logistics and get that done. And you guys are all, obviously, Atramessor and the Son of the Saint, the homies, are going to come back and make an appearance next week because you got to have your homies to hold it down. And you guys, Scarlett, Charlie, John, you guys, Rizuki, because you live next to me. You guys are all always invited. Open invitation whenever you want to come back and shoot the shit. Even if you want to come back and the port can come. Even if you guys want to fucking come in, like you see, I'm having a show and be like, hey, I got an opinion on this. Can I talk to you? Can I talk about this? Yeah, I'll send you the link and get you up on camp so you guys can hang out and chill. I can have up to 10 people on this thing. So open invitation, guys. Yeah, open invitation.
Just say the word. Hell yeah.
It's a mosh pit. I want everybody to jump in, have a good time.
Throw hands.
Exactly. And then pick each other up and promote each other. And that's where I'm here.
My girlfriend.
like the indie art show that Fat Guy Inc. puts out. We're all about promoting our scene, getting eyes that normally wouldn't be on you guys, and sharing and cross-pollinating because we're all in this together. And that's what it's all about. So thank you guys very much once again. I love all of you guys. Next week, 9 o'clock, back here on Twitch, The Pit. Guys, thank you so much. I love you guys, and I appreciate everything. Thank you, y'all.
Pete. See you
really
later.
appreciate it, guys.
Thank you so much. It's been great being on here.
Hell yeah.
What she said.
All right.